će ten sećanje ostaće. Bože, ovo leto prokleto je. Miriše na moje kože boje cimenta. O moj Bože, kako dobro izgleda. Do zore lumpujem, a u stvari ja zbog tebe tukujem. Leto je, a tebi u srcu je hladno. Ubila si mene tako mlado. Leto je, a ja pijan lutam ovim gradom. Tužno moje leto, pevaj sa mnom. Leto je, a tebi u srcu je hladno. Ubila si mene tako mlado. Leto je, a ja pijan lutam ovim gradom. Tužno moje leto, pevaj sa mnom. Leto je, oh je, leto je.
Thank you very much, Romka Bljat. On time for once. Welcome. Thank you for 100 bits. Starting in a couple of seconds, my beautiful, beautiful motherfuckers. Leto je. I mean, Leto is finishing, but still. Good morning, afternoon, evening, slash night, or whatever the fuck. It is Saturday, the 7th of September, between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. in the beautiful city I am currently residing in. How are we doing, my beautiful, beautiful children? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. Thank you very much to everybody who has joined me for this very, very early stream. It is very nice to see all the OGs in chat, from Horst Beef to Thick Rat to Trash Panda to Romka, of course, to High Duke. Hope you're all doing well. I am. Yesterday was a very, 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 very chill day. I just basically spent it writing and going over a bunch of shows that I didn't manage to catch up on for a while at this point. I didn't actually go out, which I'm happy for. I'm not gonna go out tonight either because I got airsoft actually for the first time this season, very early in the morning tomorrow. So that's gonna be very chill. So I can't get fucked up because the hangover wouldn't very much allow my heart to continue beating as I run through the dirty fields of rural Balkania. I went for a walk earlier today. I ate a very nice, very thick sandwich with like a double turkey and prosciutto, and then a lot of spicy sauce, and then mayo, and then mustard. It was incredibly thick, incredibly wide. I don't understand people who order sandwiches with black bread. Very, very strange. Sick Doug, love from Bulgaria. Love back to you too, my Bulgarian friend. You could post the name of the song also in chat. The name of the song is this. It is Leto je by Tsobi, brate. Tsobi. Okay. Bro, I can't go airsoft. I'm so jealous. Either too hot, either rain, or I'm working the weekend. Did you ever show your airsoft loadout? No, I don't think so. Like, I don't really have the loadout here. The entire loadout, I'm part of a team or whatever. So the whole loadout is with the team captain, the general, this very crazy Russian guy. Thank you very much, Ronko, for another 100 bits. Black bread, the only true proletarian bread. Yeah, maybe the Russian black bread with vodka is not bad, and like with syomga on top or caviar, it's great. But for sandwiches, white bread. I'm very racist when it comes to my breads, and if my bread has even the tiniest bit of motherfucking melanin, I am immediately segregating myself from that meal. Okay, I want that unhealthy shit in my gut because it makes me feel warm inside and it makes me feel happy. Okay, the unhealthier, the happier the Yugopnik brain. That is the curse of the human experience. All the things that are good for you kind of don't taste good, you know. As cliche as it is. Okay. So, outfit is very chill. I'm just wearing my tracksuit. I didn't really want to bother. You know, it's a fucking classic. I'm getting a haircut. Chat on Tuesday. I wasn't even supposed to be in the city. I was supposed to be like at the seaside part of it. And I was planning on streaming from there, but plans changed. So now I'm in my usual setup. That's why my haircut is all the way over on Tuesday. It's too long. I don't like it when it's this long. It's very unkept. It feels weird. I know I'm the only streamer that actually goes ahead and gets a haircut. It's very rare. Usually streamers live in their own urine and shit for months on end. So applaud for me and my attempt at basic male hygiene. Thank you very much, Sig Boy, for the 2-month sub. Thank you very much for your service, my beautiful jizzy child soldier. Okay. Be demure. Let the hair grow. No, when I go to the hairstylist, I'm very demure. I give a 50% tip, very demure, very relaxed. The guy pours me a glass of whiskey. I sit down, start falling asleep as he cuts my beard and as he zooms through my undercut. I really like my barber. I really like the. I don't know how it is for girls because I've never been a girl, but the male haircut experience is prime, absolutely prime. It's another form of meditation. It's getting everything off your chest with an unfortunate person that that is paid there and has to sit there and listen to all of your problems. It's like a therapist, but he gives you unsolicited advice. Okay, wake up, sweetie. Your beard trim is done. Exactly. Hey, lovely. I like the way your hair looks right now. I think so. Nah, like the at least it needs to be better taken care of on the sides. But okay, enough about that. You're here for some real content stealing, okay? You're here to steal my content with your eyes as I steal content from other people and discuss interesting topics, which those particular videos bring to our lovely, lovely attention. Okay, why is it this hot in here? It's kind of stupid. Stupid shit. Great episode 146. Talking about the program? Yeah, thank you. That was the one with Hassan. That was not a bad episode. You seemed a bit tired or some shit. I don't know, but interesting topics. It was cool. Just hanging out with the sun is cool by itself. So it was okay.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. Subscriber.
Thank you very much, Tribunus Plebius. Thank you for the great streams and community for the start of the day. Appreciate you, Hugo. Thank you very much, my dear friend, and thank you for the 2 months of support. Without subscribers like yourself, this show would not be able to run. So thank you greatly. Okay, so what are we going to watch today? Today we got Second Thought, Why Capitalism Loves Doomers. I love talking about doomerism, one of my favorite topics as an ex-doomer myself. Then we're going to talk about why conservatives love AI art. We're going to look at some absolutely insane genocide-fueled apartheid monstrosities. Then we're going to cover this pretty interesting video. Elon Musk is trying to rig the election, which should be a decent enough coverage. Just another excuse to dunk on that absolute piece of shit. Then we might talk about how power could work in a socialist system. By power, I mean literal energy. Hopefully, that's what the video means. We might cover the Dr. Disrespect addresses allegations type of shit, which at this point has been covered ad nauseum. Guy's a fucking weird pervert pedophile. Why is YouTube even allowing him to stream is a question that's absolutely beyond me. And then we might move into some random coverage that you guys send via link, which is always very, very welcome. But let's start with my boss, my overlord, my daddy, JT, also known as Second Thought, my partner over on the D program and on First Thought. Let's see what he has to say on why capitalism loves doomers. Am I capitalism? Because I love doomers too. Okay, let me see if the setup is correct. Should be. What is the Zin of the day? The Zin of the day is my favorite. I finally found it. It's an Ace Super White, the most Caucasian of Caucasian. 4 out of 5 strength. This is 15 milligrams of a very beautiful, beautiful thick nick for my veins. Okay, so let's pop that nick. Let's pop that JT and have a nice start of the chat. Okay. Currently streaming from his basement, by the way. Exactly, Joe One. Exactly. Stream is going to be packed today. Yeah, seems to be so. No French news today. Yeah, I think we overdid the French. Like, even on first thought, like, you can see it on the playlist. I put it on the playlist. Even the first thought video we made, how French elections reveal the fascist problem. Like, I don't think I've ever talked so much about France. My last two posts are literally on France. Well, even the podcast episode is like partially on France. So one post on France, the Macron cheating the French left. Then absolute classic, still crazy how France's first lady is a literal pedophile, and the leader of the country is a pedophile fucker. The leader of the country wakes every morning, looks a pedophile in the eyes, and says, "I love you." Okay, the leader of France, one of the largest economies in the world, makes sweet, sweet love to a pedophile, loves a pedophile, lives with a pedophile, okay? Then I had a whole ass episode of, obviously, with Hassan, but then the Send News episode 146, which is... was partially on France as well. So, and then the First Thought episode that just came out yesterday is also on France. So, I've milked the French as much as I could, but I can no longer milk the French because I'm above 18 years of age, and those guys, they only and exclusively edge to adults. They only goon to children, okay? I never see your tweets as crazy. I don't know. Maybe you're not following. I'm kidding. Yeah, it's just, out of pocket. Those teats can only go so long. Yeah, but he's French, so it's okay. Yes, the inventors of pedophilia. Like, unironically, Macron probably would not have even won. He might not have even won if he wasn't in love with a pedophile. Okay. I love how that's just glossed over so casually. The leader of a whole ass country is in love with a pedophile. A pedophile is the first lady of a whole ass country, and we're just like, yeah, that's chill. The Greeks, am I a joke to you? Yeah. Okay, second thought. Why capitalists love doomers and apparently pedophiles. Let's go.
Well, howdy everybody. I'm in the middle of moving cross country, so I thought I'd keep this video lo-fi and just hang out with you guys for a bit. Actually, I guess I can't say howdy anymore if I'm leaving Texas. I'm hanging up my boots and spurs. I'm saying one last goodbye to Buc-ee's. As a little reminder, Second Thought is
He did the same joke on the show. I love him so much.
entirely grassroots funded. So if you appreciate the work we're doing here, please do consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/secondthought. We really do appreciate it. We couldn't do it without you. And you get a bunch of cool perks while you're at it. Get early access to videos, access to our Discord server. It's a great time. Anyway, I want to talk a little bit about doomerism today. And I've put off writing this script for a while because I wanted to...
Because he's a doomer. Ow! Okay, well, let me go pop this shit. Let me go snort some Zin straight into my fucking veins, baby.
To be in the right mindset for it. Like most politically active people, I go through rough patches where I just don't want to deal with it anymore. I'm exhausted. Where it feels like nothing I do matters, no matter how many people I get to join orgs or get involved in their community or just read a book.
No, JT, go fuck yourself. I never get disappointed in the wider leftist community. Absolutely never. They never go full unhinged, self-cannibalizing pieces of shit that obsess over tiny details instead of focusing on the bigger picture. They're never, like, completely fucking schizophrenic most of the time, and then don't make me question my entire worldview after every single interaction I have with an IRL communist. No, not at all. Not at all. We're all just very normal and healthy, and everything is okay. I'm not losing my shit. Yes, absolutely. I don't have a substance abuse problem because fucking, the average 5 seconds of what happens in my brain. Like, those are all of what I just said are those are the thoughts that actually go through my brain 24/7, nonstop. So you think you got it hard? Nah. Very normal, much wow.
Positive,
exactly
optimistic person. But sometimes that negativity still seeps in and I turn into a doomer for a few days. The last couple days have kind of been that way. Intellectually, I know I'm doing something useful, but doomerism isn't really a rational thing. But okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. For those who aren't familiar with the term, doomerism is just the internet poisoned way to say you're feeling pessimistic, or you're a nihilist, or basically you just believe that there's nothing we can do to affect positive change in the world. The bad guys have won, status quo is here to stay, why should we even bother trying to make things better? And I get that sentiment, I really do. I think we all go through periods where things just seem so unbelievably bleak that we can't possibly imagine a brighter future. I know that for my fellow supporters of Palestinian liberation, it's been especially bad lately. How can we open Twitter, see children literally torn to pieces, and think, yeah, this is something we can fix? It's hard. But there are a couple different kinds of doomerism. The one I'm describing now, temporary lapses into despair, that's one kind. One that I think most people face regardless of political alignment. We all get the big sad sometimes. But there's another form of doomerism that I want to focus on today, and it's one that I've been struggling to diagnose for a while, but I think I've finally got it. There's a particular kind of commenter that will leave a comment saying something like,
erectile dysfunction? Oh, no,
A
wait.
new
She's talking about
child
something
soldier,
else.
subscriber.
That's just my problem. Fucking kidding. Go figure, you fucking legend. Thank you very much for the 8 months. And Choir Boy, thank you very much for the 8 months. You fucking jeez.
Wonderful, a new child
Fucking
soldier.
Ubergruppen Sturmführers of the Great Gunnar Child Army. I can't believe I'm still harping on that. Burgir. By the way,
Yeah.
chat, I'm trying to figure out how to make a soundboard work. I paid $400 for this because it's much more than just a capture card, so they can game with you. Well, I'm gonna play. By the way, I'm gonna play Space Marines 2. Warhammer with some friends on stream when it comes out. I didn't want to buy the limited edition. I'm not that fucking rich. I bought this, but for some reason, you got these cool buttons that can, do sound effects and shit and change how I sound and so on, make it a bit more entertaining for you beautiful children. See, I actually reinvest money that you give me through lovely, lovely subscriptions. Paid $400 for this. 2 weeks later, I still cannot figure out how to properly use the sound pads without the necessity to use headphones. For some reason, the device seems to have been designed only for headphones. So I'm buying this additional plugin that is going to confuse the device into thinking that my my MacBook itself is a headphone, so that it actually sends sounds through it. It's very weird. Minus 400, yes. I'm just always bricked up no matter what. Twitter told me Warhammer 2 is woke. Yeah, there's a woman in it. You will be doing the fascist super soldier game, but the cool one. Oh, absolutely. I'm going to LARP as a fascist so hard until I play competitive. Then I'm a proud servant of chaos. For Slanesh has molded my body to her will. I'm a big Slanesh guy, okay? I'm a big Slanesh guy. I love eating somebody as I basically turn them into a pocket pussy, okay? I'm a proud servant of Slanesh. Oh my God, please put the first note of the Soviet anthem on one of those buttons and spam it. Absolutely, I can do so many cool fucking shit. But death to the corpse emperor is all I'm saying. Chaos liberates. But no, I'll figure out how to make it work and then make it more entertaining for you guys. I just have to, capitalism, very based. You buy something that's like this small for $400 fucking dollars, okay? And then you need to buy other stuff to make it actually compatible with your $3,000 MacBook. It's and then OBS crashes on you. I love when everything works. Oh, fucking fantastic. Yeah. But first world problems, I know. I'm not complaining. Just, That's why. Slanesh Gunnar. Yeah, absolutely. The old heads of the great Israeli Gunnar army know that we secretly worship at the altar of Slanesh.
Yes, this is bad, but what can we do? In fact, I'd say this is the most common type of comment I get on this channel. A recognition that there are things that need fixing, but feeling at a loss as to what...
I mean, thank you, JT. You're very cute and very nice. But the answer to that question is very simple. If everybody throughout history thought that way, we would still be hitting each other with rocks over the head in caves. Okay? Yes, things are bad, but what can we do? Saying, yes, we can do something is quite literally... if you can pinpoint one philosophy that has guided us throughout history and brought us to this relative level of advancement as a civilization, was exactly that. Refusing that question in general. So, yeah.
recourse normal people have to effect change. And I'll admit, in the...
Change is the most natural form for human society to exist in. The second we stop changing, we die. And the greatest problem with ideologically spiced up systems, which is pretty much almost every system. There's a long debate over this when it comes to the creation of the first system that governs a particular society, etc., etc. I'm not going to get into that, but every single system that we've evolved out of through evolution, revolution, etc., etc., the people in positions of power and privilege in those systems back then, and people in positions of power and privilege in these systems continuously repeat to us that no, this is peak civilization, this is peak humanity, there's nothing better, etc., etc. They said that about slave societies, they said that about ancient societies, that they said that about feudal societies. They will keep telling us the same about a capitalist society. But if you're happy with basically the peak of our genome, of our great and unadulterated evolved monkey brains peaking at just the big megamole of society, then I'm sorry, but that's not very patriotic human behavior. And in the Yugopnik chat, you get the fuck out, okay? We are patriots of humanity here, brother. Yes, brother. SMH Hugo, clearly you haven't read Fukuyama. Didn't you know this is the end of history? Yeah, it's classic. That's exactly what I'm addressing to a point. This week, 2 missionaries knocked on my door and asked, "Have you found Jesus?" Surprised, I replied, "Again? This is the second time this month. Did you last see him?" I'll check the garage, but maybe it's time to use better nails. Then I close the door. You, non-binary, very, very edgy. Very edgy. Very edgy. I like you. Very edgy.
In the past, my first reaction has usually been irritation. I'll snap at commenters and say, I literally have a video with that exact title. That's why I made that video in the first place. But that's not helpful. I understand why people ask this question. I understand that there are plenty of people out there who are new to properly left-wing ideas and are feeling a little lost or unmoored. They've just had the comfortable lies about the modern world and capitalism debunked. They've had their sense of stability and confidence shaken. It's this commenter I want to talk to today. Because when a liberal, and I'm using that term broadly, talking about subjects of liberal regimes here, when a liberal has their foundational beliefs challenged, they begin to undergo a sort of metamorphosis. When a normal person who has gone their whole life believing the ingrained cultural lies of capitalism is exposed to ideas that challenge those beliefs, they experience a kind of unease that is difficult to put into words.
I mean, yeah,
it's like learning that Santa Claus is
borderline derealization. Okay, it feels like it's like chat. You know what? It's like it's the best explanation I think is no clipping out of the map. Like it completely. It reminds you that you're playing a video game. You're like really focused, and it's really well made, and the world building is really good, and the AI in the game is really good, and the storyline just flows really well. And then you get a very big glitch. And you're like, fuck! I just remembered this as a game. Well, it's the same thing with class consciousness to an extent. You're just like you see the system absolutely everywhere you look, and. Yes, that is heavy on the soul. It absolutely is. But as we say here on the show, ignorance is bliss, but bliss is fucking overrated. Knowing the reality you live in is the only true way to actually properly and fully live. So never regret that. Never regret that. You're not supposed to be comfortable your whole life. You're not supposed to just, walk smoothly through it. That's not the point. That's the fucking point. Just, hook yourself up to TikTok and just live that way for the rest of your life, right? No, there's a reason that throughout history we pointed at people who completely remove themselves from society, be it through substance abuse or through just socially enclosing themselves in this or that manner as outcasts, as basically social parasites that contribute in absolutely no way to society. And very often they become such because of the system they find themselves in. We're not liberals that blame individuals for their particular actions unless they are very, very radically fucked up. But in saying that, one must remember that while it might weigh heavily on your shoulders to have figured this this whole thing out and this particular system as just a basic big fucking ripoff that is unfortunately sending us towards a probable societal and environmental collapse, right? That might be heavy on your shoulders, but nobody, like if your parents told you that life isn't going to be heavy on your shoulders, they fucking bullshit at you. That's not really living. That's just fucking basic escapism, and that helps nobody. Not you, not your community, nobody. That's not living.
Isn't real, or that
So
chicken.
yes, bliss is overrated as shit. Bliss is overrated as shit.
The food is the same thing as chicken the bird.
I wish I was happy. You're not stupid. That's most likely why you're not happy, okay? Yes, because the system is fucked up, etc., etc., but you're realizing that the system is fucked up and therefore not being able to be fully content in life because you realize just how insane everything around you is. That is likely what is lowering your levels of happiness, but also showing me that you're just not dumb. Okay, you're not dumb. You're actually enlightened. Ironically, the happy people. The only way you can be that is if you're just completely oblivious to reality, or are actively lying to yourself.
That one did a number on me as a kid. Anyway, what often happens at first is rejection of these offensive ideas. What do you mean the US isn't democratic? You can't just say the two parties serve the same interests. Our wars absolutely are about giving people freedom. I'm poking fun a little bit here, but honestly, it is really hard to change your opinions, especially on such culturally significant beliefs as American exceptionalism.
Can I just stay in my escapism and still be productive? Of course, dude. I'm the king of exactly that. I do super unhinged stuff so that for 5 seconds during the week I can not think about the horror of it all, and then I dedicate myself to my work, my family, my loved ones, etc., etc. You absolutely can do both, and you can find a certain level of satisfaction and self-enlightenment and so on. Finally, that's what I'm trying to say here. With class consciousness and actively working towards it in the tiniest of ways, by just talking to your friend or actually organizing and going out in the streets and agitating, etc., etc. Those things will give you something that is much higher on the Maslow pyramid of needs than buying the next car or having the fucking sexiest outfit or pimping out your apartment. And that's self-actualization.
Wonderful.
That is
A new child
purpose.
soldier. I mean, subscriber.
Purpose. You might not need to find it, but just the grind towards purpose and potentially, hopefully, finding purpose. I'm so grateful to you guys because you have allowed me to find purpose quite literally by what I do. I love what I do, 1,000,000%. I feel like I have self-actualized as much as a degenerate like myself could self-actualize, right? Purpose, in my opinion, completely trumps, or even the pursuit of purpose completely trumps, basic self-aggrandizing, quote-unquote, happiness, as it's defined by basically liberal fiction, right? As just, being able to consume a lot and being content, etc., etc. It completely trumps it. Purpose is peak. It's self-actualization. Thank you very much. What the Floss 5 for the second month. Thank you very much, my child soldier. Welcome back. I'm realizing in college that I shouldn't be so passionately outspoken about politics in classes because I think people think I'm a crazy person. Yeah, choose your audience, brother. Choose your audience. For a very long time, I have to admit, for a very long time, I was the annoying guy in the friend group that after the fourth drink, I would just start, pitching all this shit that I'm pitching to you guys to them. Until I don't know who was it said, dude, why don't you just do that on the internet and make it into a career? And I was like, what? I can annoy other people, but I can find a community of people that are as annoying as I am about politics and philosophy? Is that possible? And they were like, probably. And then look at me talking to you, chat. We are all equally annoying about politics and philosophy, and we've created a community. Look, Mac doing good for a change. Do it again. Nice.
And the goodness of capitalism. And I applaud anyone who can adjust their perspective based on new evidence. That's something we should all strive to do. Now, this initial knee-jerk rejection of socialist ideas is normal. And if the person has the intellectual honesty to keep learning more, it almost always gives way to curiosity. Genuine, good faith questions. What about the Soviet Union? I heard they did X. Or how does socialism handle small business? Stuff like that. Questions that have easy answers, the person has just never heard them before. It's like anything else. I don't know anything about rebuilding boat engines. I wouldn't even know the questions to ask until I started watching some introductory videos. This is all part of the learning process. The next step is acceptance. Once your questions have been answered to your satisfaction, or at least when you realize that answers are out there if you just keep doing your research, you'll get to a point where you're comfortable saying, okay, these ideas are factually sound and morally correct, but... And now this is where the political doomer is born. Someone born in the United States is the most propagandized person in the world. Every country on earth sells a polished version of itself to its populace. But only Americans actually believe their myth.
True. In the US, unironically, the only country where almost the entirety of its population is completely not in on it. Completely not in on it. Because together with the pitch, the American exceptionalist myth, and together with, the capitalist myth leading to, the American dream and, the idea that, yes, it's bad here, but it's worse everywhere else, so stop complaining, etc., etc. All of that bundled up and pitched the way the American establishment has managed to pitch it for the last 200 years, very brilliantly, by the way, always respect your enemy, has created a sort of, let's call it, subclass of people, which is, just your average American who is somehow incapable of seeing through the bullshit. It's how would I term it? It's like class unconsciousness. It's like the opposite. If like actively wanting to be blind. It's incredible.
And this is not me trying to be unkind. I'm an American. I had to go through this same process. But this cultural conditioning makes it really hard to amend our worldview. Even when we do realize that, holy shit, the commies were right, we still can't quite envision a better future. I've got a video.
It's easier to imagine the world ending than a better world, because it literally is. Okay?
On capitalist realism if you want to explore this idea more fully. But the gist of it is that when we live in a society that is so dominant,
You see, this would be super cool if I had the buttons right now, because I would have a button for Joker, society. What about society? I need to make it work.
Militarily, economically, it's really hard to imagine a future where that is not the case.
I think the basis for all this is settler colonialism. Since Americans don't have a real culture to fall back on, they have to generate new myths to reinforce nationalistic belonging. To an extent, yes, that's part of the puzzle. But it's the settler colonialism. Settler colonialism has existed in South America. It has existed in Canada. It has existed in Mexico. It has existed in Colombia, right? But in none of those countries did the political establishment also really embed it into people that this is it. We are peak civilization. This is it. This is the best. This is the absolute best. And you living here need to be grateful to the state, to the system, and, to the brave men and women that go to the shitty places and have to shoot people and come back with PTSD, etc., etc. This additional layer, yes, settler colonialism is the ground on which this ideology is planted, but this additional layer of, again, American exceptionalism allows the American to be a particular subject which is the most difficult to broach when it comes to the introduction of most basic class-conscious worldviews.
The case. It's like that Ursula Le Guin quote, "We live in capitalism. Its power seems inescapable. So did the divine right of kings." That's like my favorite quote. I use it all the time. Anyway, when you get to this point, when you're convinced of the necessity of socialism, but you just can't quite see how we get there, your culturally ingrained liberalism launches one last desperate attack. Doomerism is the last defense mechanism of your personal, internalized liberalism. If you're a liberal, the default position in the US, and you learn about socialist ideas, about why society is the way it is, your liberalism says to you, yes, you may be right about that, but there's nothing you can do about it. This is a brilliant, almost biological...
It is, and it is not only almost biological, it is biological. It's a self-defense mechanism that has been completely, let's say, utilized by liberal ideology. Life is going a particular way, you are not physically endangered, and your body's like, okay, I want this to keep going this way, don't change anything. And then when something questions the particular way of life that you might have, obviously, automatically, you want to defend yourself against it, right? And when you want to defend yourself against it, sorry, one moment, a little bit of butt scratch. So your brain immediately wants to defend you from basically changing your mind. But if the arguments are so big that you start changing your mind, it throws in, the wrench into the whole equation, and it just says, yeah, the viewpoints that are slowly developing your brain might be more rational than the viewpoints you had yesterday, but they are too utopian, they are too optimistic, they are, etc., etc. And that pulls you back to, even though you've realized that everything sucks, to kind of think, I can't really do anything about it, so I might as well kind of ignore that aspect of my mind telling me that, maybe I should change my position on this or that thing.
Logical defense. It's a built-in safety valve to prevent the genesis of a new wave of revolution.
There's a similar phenomena with Europeans who have colonial amnesia, like were the Dutch and Germans famous for chocolate despite not living in the climate they can grow cocoa trees? Absolutely. With Europeans, it's very particular. They kind of like, they completely ignore their colonial past. They literally just completely ignore it. It's just, what are you talking about? It didn't happen. We're very civilized because we just are.
Revolutionary sentiment. The American empire is vulnerable from the inside. All empires are. If enough workers decide that we need to shut down the economy to force change, that's GG for the ruling class. Without workers to do the work, they don't make any money. So by instilling in every person a deep-seated belief that nothing can change, even if we believe it should, you preemptively shut off the possibility of a new revolutionary movement. This is masterful work. It's a defense mechanism that requires very little input from those at the levers of power. All they have to do is keep paying the corporate media to repeat their lies and keep lobbying politicians to pass legislation that benefits them at the expense of the rest of us, the environment, and the future. This cultural liberalism, the soft, squishy defeatism that we're indoctrinated into, is so burned into our collective psyche that the average American will even leap to defend the very people behind the maintenance of this pathetic worldview.
Yeah, this is where, Zizek is kind of relative king. Ideology. Human biology, to an extent, did not manage to quickly enough adapt to the creation of social structures. And it views social structures basically what we define as a normal society as wind, as water, as access to food. It views them as you know, is this a forest? Is this a desert? Let me immediately adapt to living in a desert. Let me immediately adapt to living in a forest. Also, let me immediately adapt to living in feudalism. Let me immediately adapt to living in a slave society. Let me immediately adapt to living in capitalism. And then, you know, your mind slowly naturalizes it. It turns something that is crafted from a worldview, a social structure. That's what I mean by social structure, chat, okay? And it reintroduces it back to the mind as this is the natural state of being. It equalizes it to gravity. It equalizes it to your necessity to drink water. It just says the way things are right now in a particular society is just how things are. It equalizes them to natural phenomena. Yeah? And that is why it's so hard to get out of. It's very difficult for you to stop believing in gravity after you've jumped 100 times and then you get stuck back on the ground, right? Obviously, it's going to be very hard to, if somebody comes and they're like, oh no, there's a magnet in the middle of the fucking planet and that's what's pulling us. It's not our actual position in the Milky Way and in the solar system, right? Obviously, it would be insane. And in that case, it would be insane. But the human mind that is ideologized, again, that is equalized a particular way of life as a natural way of life. It is, you know, you're waking up and going 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., grinding, getting a loan, getting a family, etc., etc. Ideological concepts. It has made them natural to you. So questioning them feels as heavy as questioning gravity. And that's why it's difficult to get to what we refer to here on chat and in most Marxist circles without it being too scary sounding. That's why I prefer it, honestly, to class consciousness, because that's the main question of our time, class.
Sheep yelling.
What's chat saying? Yeah, sometimes we do look fat in that dress, but nobody wants to talk about it. Sometimes the hardest thing to notice, Debo, to notice and see are the things that are hidden in plain sight in every single thing we do. Due to the nature of capitalism, it has extended its tentacles into every single moment of our lives. Here in the U.S., all we exist for is to travel from one place to another to spend money. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, brother. Salvains, brother. Yeah, brother. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
Yelling at sheep to defend the fat, grinning, blood-stained wolf in our pen. Now, the liberal politician's goal is to turn you from a potential active, educated revolutionary back into an apathetic worker drone who accepts the status quo, even if you do it begrudgingly. Yeah, it's bad, but there's nothing we can do. Guess I'll get back to work and accept my miserable lot in life. The final and
But Marx even addressed this. Like he even addressed this, right? Doomerism works only to an extent. Like for doomerism, you need a certain level of comfort. It's ironic because, you know, nihilists present themselves as having figured everything out. Everything sucks. So they, you know, but then what do? They don't go jump out of a window. They just lament in basic consumerist life and, you know, they just melt together with their couch or do substance abuse, right? So they still operate inside of, you know, the wider system and they just kind of just don't want to do anything about it. So it comes from a certain level of control. Why do I bring this up? Because Marx himself said it. Systems evolve when the contradictions become too big. Meaning, the doomer is not going to be a doomer when he can't even afford to lay on the couch. As capitalism degrades and as we all get into greater and greater moments of crisis, there's going to be no other option except changing that radically or deep diving into it and making a worse version of it, which is what? Barbarism, which is fascism. So eventually when the contradictions reach so high, you got to choose. Doomerism is no longer an option because it's not really an option. It's just escapism, repitched to you as some sort of sophisticated centrist position that nothing can really be done. Oh, I'm such a serious college student. That's why eventually even that will be broken. Just the problem is that we live, what is it? That we live on a planet with finite resources and we might end up just, you know, destroying our our environment, basically, before we get to a point where we change those contradictions, when we change that system because of said contradictions. Yeah, so that's a bit of hope pill for you, unless we burn the planet down. Speaking of doomerism versus the hope pill, do you want to be reminded that you need to consume and become a true doomer? Well, in 20 seconds, an ad will play, which will turn you into exactly that. But for $6 a month, or for free through Prime, or by gifting it to somebody less privileged than you, you can get the true hope pill in the form of Yugopnik yapping on his microphone to you with his sweet, sweet Slavic accent. The choice is yours. Ad is going to play now.
Antibody they can deploy. Their last line of defense is that feeling of despair and doom. Now I'd really like to speak directly to the people in this position. The viewers who know exactly the despondent feeling I'm talking about. If you feel that, you are experiencing the death throes of your liberalism, and you're now faced with a choice. Do I give in to this despair? Do I accept this bullshit liberal explanation of the world? Or do I fully come to grips with the fact that, yes, things are terrible, but things can change, and it is my responsibility to be part of the generation that forces change? There's a second part.
Or you're going to be forced into change, and it's not, and everything will be shit. You know? Maybe do it before the contradictions get too big. But to an extent, especially, you know, in the West, we're too let's be honest, we're too addicted to the credit card. The system sprinkles just enough, gives just enough so that you're okay with all the shit. Just enough. But eventually it's going to take away even that just enough, because it's not sustainable. Not even environmentally sustainable. It's economically unsustainable. When fewer and fewer people take all the more and more capital, there's going to be less capital left for you. Okay? There's even going to be less currency left for you. There's going to be less property left to you. You know? You're not going to be able to own your kids. Your kids, no way. They will never own an apartment. Massive chances you will neither. But then your kids 100% will not. That's what I'm talking about when it comes to a contradiction, okay? And at that point, yeah, people are like, fuck this shit.
To that Le Guin quote.
A Yugopnik sub is hope core, yes, baby.
We live in capitalism. Its power seems inescapable. But then so did the divine right of kings. Any human power can be resisted, and
so the doomerism is the part when you cocoon up and then change into either a fascist or gain class consciousness eventually. Yes, or you just die as a cocoon if the contradictions do not become too big, you know, in your lifetime.
Changed by human beings. What we're facing today,
what kids' world is ending in the 2050s thanks to climate change. Woo!
Is nothing new.
Hey, come on, I'm kind of looking forward to the water wars, okay? Kind of looking to streaming to you in your water war GoPros with propaganda for the socialist state of Nestle, okay? We're going to get all that water, Chads. Your chatters, we're getting all that water, brother.
The tools
our commissar from the Nestle Corporation has promised water.
The ruling class has at its disposal may be more advanced. The average person may believe more deeply that their oppressors are their friends. But not once in history, not one time, has positive change happened at a structural level without some form of conflict. Not always violent, but those in power have never, ever given up their power willingly. Why would someone making billions of dollars under capitalism agree to give another system a try? Especially a system that would prevent the kind of ungodly capital accumulation they've enjoyed. Tough love time. When you reach the point of political doomerism, when you hear that nagging voice that says, yes, this is bad, but there's nothing you can do about it, peasant, you have two options. You can continue to mope and whine and wallow in self-pity, or you can realize that that reaction is programmed into you.
Haha! This is JT basically calling you a beta cuck versus a Sigma communist Chad. The choice is yours, chat.
And choose.
Are you a mopey beta doomer, or are you a Sigma Chad man? Go to gym, exercise those communist guns, yeah, brother, yeah. JT to Sigma motivator arc. Let's fucking go.
Choose to do something about it. What's the other option? Roll over and die? Accept as inevitable that a
beta, beta.
Handful of people with more power than God have the right to doom our entire species to sate their greed? No. No. While you're alive, you try. You try to force change. We are weak
True Sigma behavior. Get that yacht. Get that yacht.
only when we act alone.
I'm translating it to the youngsters in chat, okay?
The
Virgin capitalist versus Chad socialist, yeah.
hyper-individual
You see, I drew you as a cuck doomer and myself as a revolutionary Chad, yeah, brother.
individualism of capitalism has conditioned us to believe that we are solitary creatures looking out only for ourselves, and that only through individual actions can we decide our fate. That is a lie. Look through any history book and you'll see that the drivers of change have always been mass movements. Masses of people deciding enough is enough, we're trying something new. I know it's scary, I know it's not what you hoped your life would look like, but this is the hand we've been dealt.
Absolutely, you must do some Marxism, Leninism, maxing, okay?
Humanity is at a crossroads.
Or anarchism maxing, or Maoism maxing, whatever your particular school of thought is. This is a very inclusive community, okay? We even accept thoughts them so that we can slowly corrupt them and turn them into to our more radical cult, but you get my point.
One road, we have the genocidal accumulation of capitalism and extinction. Down the other is survival.
Will you escape the matrix by buying the class consciousness course for only $50? Yo, it's $6 a month, okay? It's called a Yugopnik sub. That's the escape the Marxist course, okay?
And the birth of a new socioeconomic order. We get to choose. Make the right choice. Choose to work for a better future. Ignore that insidious voice in your head that says, this is just how things are. You think like that.
Holy shit, thank you, Calm Like a Tom, for your 48th gift. That's why we're fucking talking about. Nobody's watching fucking ads up in this bitch. That is called grinding your way towards Marxism, Leninism, maxing. Calm Like a Tom knows it very well. Thank you very much for your service, everybody that got a sub from beautiful Calm Like a Tom. Please say thank you, and thank you very much, Ayatollah Joe, for joining the community. Welcome, 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 my brother.
That, and there's nothing separating you from the feudal serf
I
kissing
took
the
that
ring
course and just taught me a lot about France. Yeah, that was an arc I didn't expect. Thank you very much, Tom and Ayatollah.
of his lord.
I would love to see an Ayatollah called Joe. That would be sick.
Do not go to bed tonight without having reached out to a socialist organization in your area. If you can't find one, ask online. Ask here in the comments. Join something. I don't care which one it is.
Bravo, bravo. I almost call him Joe Biden. Bravo, JT. Yo, exactly. And this is why JT's work isn't just fucking creating content and just fucking increasing his fucking Patreon subs, okay? He calls you to organize, and that turns his work into materialist contribution to the cause. Literally that, okay?
They all have their good
That turns it from simple content creation into actual agitation for the socialist cause.
and bad points. But getting organized is the only way we win.
You
want to be a doomer? That's your choice. But there
Ayatollah of the Islamic Republic of Ohio, Joe Biden. Let's go.
is an alternative. If everyone watching this video joined a socialist organization, we could quadruple membership easily. Do it. Today. I'm talking to you specifically. Doomerism is a lie.
Whoa.
Let's work to prove it.
Bravo, great video, you piece of shit.
Democracy.
Wait, what should I write? Great video. Especially when you drew the Doomers as a, what should I write? As a soy jack, and the organizers and agitators as a Chad Sigma. Anything to add? No, that's fucking perfect. There you go. Okay, moving on to our next video. Please, everybody, go subscribe to Second Thought and join an organization if you can, or agitate for one, okay? Please, please, please. This, what we do here is fun, but please, okay? Do your tiny little part inside of the limitations of your experience, of course. Some of you can do more, some of you can do less, which is understandable, but just, a little bit of your time would be appreciated. Jesus, we sound like a cult at this point. I mean, political movements are cults. Let's be honest. Okay, Dr. Disrespect alleges the addresses the aggression. Okay, let's just see what this stupid fucking pedophile has to say. I love looking at pedophiles, and I love how this is a react to a react. It's a guy living in filth reacting to a guy who talks to minors. This is what my life is now, okay, chat? It's 6 minutes. I know, DB, it's just 6 minutes.
And as part of that arbitration, all parties were not allowed to speak publicly about the case.
Okay.
I respected those rules. My lawsuit against Twitch was eventually resolved.
Nobody cares what rules you respected or not, because you did not respect the one rule that we all as a society have agreed upon basically fucking 150 years ago, and that's don't fucking talk to kids in any fucking sexual context, you piece of shit. Thank you very much, Joe1, for the 200 bits. Hey, it's over for you, see. I have already portrayed you as a soy Wojak, and myself as the Sigma Giga Chad. Indeed, indeed, indeed.
As you all know. But even then...
Is there a soy jack for pedophiles? I want to draw Dr. Disrespect like that.
As part of this
mods, please adjust the title accordingly. Thank you very much. I love you.
settlement, all parties were still prohibited from speaking publicly about the case or the settlement.
Right.
However,
if anybody wants to edit for Yugopnik Live over on YouTube, you will get money, obviously. Hit up one of my mods, and they will get you in contact with me. And number two, if you want to become mods, you will not get any money, but you will be the Supreme Overlord NKVD KGB officer of my chat. Please also talk to my Pokemon, also known as KGB NKVD officers of chat, and you might become a part of the elite. Okay? Okay, thank you.
one side violated that confidentiality.
Then you can
And
say
the other
his
side could respond. I respected all the confidential obligations. But apparently Twitch's own disgruntled...
And what is chat like? Fire Alex, Doc. Reading off a script. I'll hear you out, Doc. Let's hear it, Doc. Just like pedophilia acceptance. Didn't change what you did. Okay, Alex is based. We love you, Doc. 100. Jeez, people are fucking awful. People are pieces of shit, man.
Employees didn't feel the need to abide by those same obligations. Cody Connors,
by name,
ex-Twitch employee,
by name,
wasn't even involved. Leaks Twitch's reported reason. Years later, Cody, why do this? What was the point? This was settled.
Yeah, fuck you for telling people I talked to a minor.
Professionally. And you, knowing how black and white the internet is, you decided, you fucking rat, to leak the reported reason Twitch banned in 2020.
Yeah, bro, you're not being a real bro, you know. I thought it was like but just between bros, you know, when we talk to them kids, you know. Well, why you gotta tell the wife that I cheated on her and talk to a minor, bro?
20.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for what?
Call him
Cody?
a rat.
Why? Did you not know the repercussions from spewing lies? Did you not know the repercussions
Lies?
of accusing me, Cody?
Did you not know the repercussions of talking to a minor about sexually explicit things? Well, the repercussions are... I have a very nice news to say. Okay.
Connors?
But didn't you...
You see, you...
The end of a nice cold Glock feels really nice in one's mouth. Okay, I'm overdoing it.
don't know shit, and it was obvious from your tweet. You didn't have any firsthand knowledge of my dispute with Twitch. You said that I got banned from Twitch because I was sexting a minor through Whispers messages.
That's
do you
what
even
was
know what the
said.
legal definition of sexting is? I do. And yeah, I used...
Oh my God, he's not gonna. He's. Oh my God. Oh Lord. Ah Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. This sounds like. You know what this reads like, chat? This reads like the libertarians going, it's not pedophilia, it's ephebophilia, okay? I only like 15-year-old children, not like 9-year-old children. What the fuck? Don't you even know the difference between ephebophilia and pedophilia? Technically.
Twitch's Whispers, but trust me, I wasn't sexting anyone. You also
Okay.
said the word minor, Cody. I even made sure that word was emphasized in my statement, just to make sure these so-called journalists would pick up on it. And boy, oh boy, did they ever, champs. when you and
Oh man, I was actually like playing this super smart, you know. I was fourth wave manipulating the journalists by like using a word, and then they also used it. I'm like, aha, this, you see, like 3D chest you motherfuckers, because that wasn't actually a miter.
all these so-called journalists, Cody, fired off your tweets, did any of you consider that the Twitch user may have been over the legal age of consent at the time of the messages? You didn't.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. They're professional journalists. Yes, they did.
Neither did any of these journalists, and neither did
I'm not a pedo. I'm just 700 IQ and trolled everyone here. Oh, did you see what Sneeko had to say? Oh, what did the other pedophile, the pedophile cuck, okay, pedophile cuck. What did the pedo cuck want to say? Let me see. If you're 13 years old edging to Pokimane all day, it's okay. What? But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who is 17, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Yes. When you have a platform like this, and you're an adult with children, yes. Da. Yes. End of conversation. Okay. Sneeko defends Dr. Disrespect and cooks Pokemon's fan base. So like, being a kid that jerks off on the internet, kids existing and jerking off on the internet, I will use this as an argument to defend a child sex predator. Highest IQ Sneeko moment of all time, bro.
Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys. Her audience is 95% men who are jerking off the entire stream. Pokey, I want to poke you, Pokey. Twitch.
Just being a woman and streaming equals porn star. But Sneeko, you also make. I jerk off to your shit all the time. Like I always jerk off watching you, baby. Hit me up, dude. I can fix you. Oh, I can fix you. My girlfriend's gonna give me a pass for you, baby. I can fix the shit out of you.
I might get banned on Twitch by saying this, but they run Twitch because they are turning people into simps. And simping is them. Here's another 3,000 gifted. Ding, ding. Jerking off all day. Most of them are teenagers. Most of them are underage. It doesn't even matter to them because Twitch is 13.
That's on them. Pokemon does not reach out to children and send them sexual messages with sexual content. Okay. The other guy did what exactly that? Why am I arguing this? It's like you can't argue with these people. You need to like jangle keys in front of them and be like, like that's the level. Okay, they don't understand human language. Okay, argumentation. You should just jangle a key set in front of them. Oh, Romka, thank you for 100 bits. We unironically need special gulags for the touch kitty streamers and YouTubers. Yeah, unironically.
Plus. So they're okay if you're 13 years old edging to Pokemon all day. But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who's 17 years old, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Why? Someone tell me how that makes any sense. And as soon as that second goes away, she's...
One thing that is completely not related to the other thing. I will make them related somehow, and then I will defend a child predator. The Sneeko to pedophilia pipeline.
It's a prostitute. Everybody cheers.
Sneeko interviewing people on the streets to pedophilia pipeline. I love it, man. I watched this guy when I was like fucking 16, 17. The content was very different back then. You're the one talking, Yugopnik, with your child soldiers, which if you want to become in 3 minutes as the ad break is soon coming. Exactly. Reject. Okay, chat, look me in the eyes. reject being a child sex predator, embrace being a child in the Yugopnik Gunner army that will one day retake Jezreel as ours, you will get guns, you will get armor, you will get purpose for only $6 a month for free through Prime, and you will not be talked to by me in any sexual way. I will only use your body to sacrifice itself on the great battlefields of Britannia one day. Or instead, watch the ad that is going to play in 35 seconds and lose your potential position in the great child soldier army, okay? Here, we use children to kill child predators. Thank you very much.
Like, let's break it down.
Kubashi giving me a 9 out of 10. Respect. Respect. Thank you, Kubashi.
Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys. Her audience...
Well, like, I love how a woman simply existing is softcore porn. A woman simply existing is softcore porn. We're going back to like the oldest pro-rape arguments. Like Sneeko out here using 1893 argumentation, fucking 17th century arguments on why women deserve to be essayed. She's looking good on streams.
Twitch at the time of the ban. You also tried to tell the world
She does the same thing any other streamer does. I know, but she is a woman and she looks good. That means she is making porn.
that I was trying to meet up with this user at TwitchCon, but
It's
you're wrong.
true.
Let's set the record straight. I never intended to meet this user.
Kind of gives away the game that he thinks woman equals porn. He probably never sees women outside of porn anymore. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think that's true, as fucked up as it is. But yeah. Okay, but have you considered she may be a witch? Does she sink or float? You know, the little boys hear this and go to school the next day and recite it word for word. Yeah, that's funny for him to talk about Pokemon in that particular way while he like literally corrupts babies. Probably his average viewership is fucking 12.
User ever. We never made plans to meet at TwitchCon or anywhere else, and in fact, we never met in person ever. Your bullshit accusations gave false courage to other former Twitch employees to make shit up as well. I suspect all of you sort of planned and coordinated this attack. They report on all...
Oh yeah, and the Jews were behind them, and the lizards were behind them, and Xi Jinping himself was behind them because he wanted to fight the greatest soldier of American patriotism, Dr. Disrespect. Okay. Whenever we catch a child predator, it must be the China.
All this based on leaks from two former Twitch employees, one of whom was supposedly on the trust and safety team.
What happened?
If these anonymous sources worked on the trust and safety team at the time of my Twitch suspension in 2020, then you would hope they would tell the truth.
And what was the truth?
But apparently that's just too much to ask.
Where's the truth?
If these former trust and safety team members, and by the way, I know exactly who they are, actually had firsthand knowledge, then what they conveniently left out is, one, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally admitted that the whisper messages were not sexting. And two, Twitch's trust and safety team, the same employees that decided to ban me, internally acknowledged that the whispers did not constitute child sexual abuse material CSAM. Cody Connors and these other anonymous sources are trying to paint a picture that I was exchanging sexually explicit messages and photos with this Twitch user. That never happened.
You said yourself that you did. You said yourself that you did. And journalists triple, mega, ultra, giga double checked that you did. And even if it wasn't outright insanely sexual, what the fuck are you talking to minors, my dude?
I even used the word inappropriate purposely. And look at how it was defined by everyone, champs. Huh?
Oh my god. Actually, I was playing you this entire time. I was not sexting a minor. I was sexting what is defined as an adult in this particular state in which I found myself at that time. It's not pedophilia, it's ephebophilia. It was all a part of my master plan. Dr. Disrespect wins once more. What the fuck?
Including these defaming articles. I'm sorry, but mutual bantering with inappropriate jokes taken out of context should have never led to me getting banned from Twitch in the first place. We're talking about allegations that Twitch made against me as a half-baked reason for justifying their actions of suspending and shutting down my channel. Allegations that Twitch made without even a legal analysis of whether the Whisper messages were legal! On June 21st, 2020, my ex-Twitch partner manager learns that I exchanged Whispers with a Twitch user. And I say ex-partner manager because for years, this guy didn't do anything for me, my community, or my channel. For years, the Twitch user tells the ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report anything to Twitch. I'll repeat that sentence one more time just in case anybody missed that one. The Twitch user tells this ex-Twitch partner manager that they do not want to report.
It doesn't matter. They're a child. It doesn't matter. They're a kid. They are a child. They are a child. Okay. You as a parent should kind of know that. But
anything to Twitch. But
ChatGPT asked script. Dude probably paid like fucking $50K for somebody to write this for him. It's legit. Bro is 40, wearing a wig, armor, and glasses, playing a game all day, calling his chat champs, and he's rich and popular. This is a very bizarre world, dude. Tell me about it. I'm sitting here with a mask talking to you, okay? So I can't really shit on that. I love how we are not arguing why talking to a child as a 30-year-old man, Twitch Whispers, is weird or not, and talking about them banning him from it, yeah.
This ex-Twitch partner manager encourages the user.
Yeah, he's hyper-focusing on the banning aspect and how it was like the legality of the process was not on point. Okay, nobody gives a fuck about the legality of it. You were doing a fucked up fucking thing, and you're a massive hypocrite, and because of that, nobody can respect you anymore. Okay, put some disrespect on Dr. Disrespect.
User and even directs them to file a report directly with Twitch. On June 24th, 2020, Twitch's special operations team receives and reviews the user's report. They find no issues and determine that it did not warrant any further escalation to Twitch's law enforcement response team. That would have been the end. That should have been the end. But that partner manager, oh boy, did he have it out.
The fucking 15-year-old's in his chat being like, I don't understand all these words he's using. He must be right. That sounds correct.
Yeah, he had it out for the two-time. He finds out that no further action will be taken, so what does he do? He personally escalates the report to a friend on the Twitch's LER team. The LER team, remember, that's the Twitch's law enforcement response team.
Right.
He escalates the report to a friend on Twitch's LER team. So a day later, on June 25th, the LER analyst pulls the entirety of the Whisper messages and begins discussing them with his director of the LER team. Mind you,
How do you know that?
this director is on vacation at that time and does not have access to their computer or work files. The LER analyst cherry picks and sends a few targeted excerpts out of context from the Whisper messages to this director. Now, if you do this,
I love how he's proposing that him, a guy making the platform millions, him, a guy reported on by some of the most respected journalists in the world, would not do any basic due diligence and would only look at specific tiny screenshots out of context before proceeding to ban him off of the entire platform. In what world, my dude? That is not how adults work. But then again, you would not really know much about how adults work because you want to still be a kid by talking to children, even though you're 30 plus. Anybody you don't like, just wait and they eventually turn into a pedophile. They eventually get ousted as a pedophile. I will never stop saying this. Princess X, thank you very much, Princess, for the 4 months. Thank you very much, my beautiful child soldier.
you can make anyone's messages look inappropriate, even when they aren't. Within less than 1 hour, this LER analyst and his director have made the decision to suspend me from Twitch. Twitch submits a report to NCMEC, and over 4 years have passed. They didn't do anything with the report. The same people that made this decision admit internally that the messages did not constitute sexting. The same people that made this decision at Twitch admit internally that the messages did not warrant any child sexual abuse material charge. Twitch makes this decision to terminate my contract and ban me while admitted they did not perform any legal analysis of whether the messages exchanged were illegal in any way.
Okay, so it was 16
Twitch
or
makes
17.
this decision to terminate my contract and ban me without ever interviewing me, the user, or any other third
So
party,
16 or
including the
17.
partner manager. It's fucking unbelievable!
Well, that was...
No, it's very believable. I love how Asmund, Asmund Clips just streamed this whole thing without in any way fucking like addressing any of his points or dunking on them. It's Why the fuck you platforming this shit? 1.4 million. 35-year-old streamer talks to 17-year-old user. Ban. 70-year-old top streamer talks to 35-year-old dudes. Empowering. There you go. Fucking reactionaries galore. He's done it. He has reached his final form. He is now truly Dr. Disrespect. Holy shit. Pokemon and Valkyrie has been real quiet ever since this drop. What is disrespecting time, and then he starts disrespecting all over the place. Truly a disrespectful moment. It's a bad day to be named Cody. If you have ever been in a lawsuit, you know you can't say shit about it. Dude, the doc, what? What, the doc 100% cold soul. Okay, that's funny. He definitely spoke to a team of lawyers, not a lawyer. Finding a clip where Asmon is talking less than the person he's reacting to, and that is bad, okay? Just realize something. Twitch was all about women showing off their goods. Why is that relate? Imagine defending pedophiles. Exactly, chat. Asmon mold comment section needs to be work camped. Oh, that's a new word. Work camped. I should work camp the shit out of you. That is not bad, okay? Incredible. Brain rot. Too long. Didn't listen. Pedophile. Next. Bye. Okay. Oh, let's go from brain rot to brain rot, by the way. I wasn't live yesterday, so
Right,
I missed
So,
the insane fucking Zionist dog fuckers, okay? The Zionists who love licking dog assholes, okay? Talking about how it is based and red-pilled to just murder all Palestinians, remove them from the earth, and that is a mainstream opinion in the apartheid Zionist hellhole of colonial Israel. So let's see Good Politic guys coverage of, by the way, very underrated channel, excellent comrade. Here, let me pin this. Let me pin this for chat. Please do check out his channel. We do not do content stealing in here or talking to minors. Just a classic combination, the way it goes. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's whip out our peepees and piss on some Zionists together with Good Politic guy. Please go and subscribe, support this very, very underrated comrade that covers politics in a very, very succinct way. Okay, so let's go.
A couple different clips here for y'all from an Israeli English language podcast. Now, in a normal world, I would tell you guys that these clips are shocking, these clips are unbelievable, but unfortunately, given what I've covered on this channel over the last 11 months, with statements from Israeli politicians, from IDF soldiers on the ground in Gaza, from the Israeli media, with polling data that I've shown you guys in terms of how average Israelis feel about the genocide in Gaza, I can't say that these clips are shocking to me. They're not shocking. They should be, but here we have the Two Nice Jewish Boys podcast, and they're going to explain to us how they feel about the extermination of the Palestinian people and how they feel that their views are actually representative of your average Jewish Israeli. Let's go ahead and watch this first clip here.
What we're doing in Gaza. Because in Gaza, maybe there's mass destruction, but there's not massive death.
We have moved to the goalpost of what is massive death. Starvation. Ethnic cleansing. Death of tens upon tens of thousands of children. This is not massive death. This is not massive death, okay? For massive death, you at least need 1 million gorillion billion. They will let anybody have a podcast. And I do podcasts, okay? I am proof for this, but wow, in Gaza there isn't massive death. Yeah, I love how. What are they just talking in Gaza? What?
Or deportation. Anyway, so when you sit on your high horse, and I'm sure I don't mean to belittle our listeners. We love you guys, but if you're listening to our words and saying, how could they be advocating to, do massive bombing, indiscriminate bombing, how could they talk about killing children? We're not advocating to target children, but forgive us if we don't give a shit. If, you know, everybody there dies.
Sorry, chat. I glitched. I never watched the clip. Like, I didn't know it was this bad. Thank you, Romka, for the 100 bits. Capitana Zeman talking to Major Genociden about how their assault on the Eastern Front is actually great. And forgive us, they are tankies. We don't care. Yeah. Great parallel. Why does the world hate us? Also Israelis in 2024. It gets worse, Hugo. Okay, how the fuck is it gets worse?
It's just the way we feel. It's just the way Israelis feel.
Yeah.
Because, and this is what I, you know, that's what the Hulon attack did. I wrote to Sharon, my wife. I was like, it'll be you or me tomorrow, or Daniela or Itai, God forbid.
Yep.
And so I would, if you gave me a button to just erase Gaza, every single living being in Gaza would no longer be living tomorrow, I would press it in a second. That's just, I think most Israelis
If
probably
that's the
agree.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, even if it's not like right now.
Yeah, no.
I would press it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the same with the terror.
Well, we don't want children to die, but also I would like all of them there to die, including the children. And not even right now, but also I would press it right now. Demons, bruv. Classic demons, bruv. Classic demons, bruv. Even look like a demon, man. Who let who turned Mr. Proper in, who removed all the muscles from Mr. Proper and made him a genocidal maniac? Mr. Proper, just stop running a podcast, Mr. Proper, and clean my fucking house, okay? Here's Mr. Proper. Okay, yeah, killing everybody. Just okay. Here's a mop, okay? Yeah. Here's a mop. Yeah, thank you. Here's a mop, okay? Thank you again, Romka, very much. Another special gulag for this kind of people. Absolutely. Amira, one of the absolute fucking legends and big supporters of this show. Thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. 104 gift subs. Over the 100. Let's fucking go, Amira. Thank you very kindly, my dear friend. Thank you very kindly. Obergruppensturenführer of the anti-Zionist Gunner army. Let's go.
Territories.
I would press it right now. Mm-hmm. No choice. No, show
this is like why liberals piss me off at the end of any wider conflict where certain things have to be done to the fascists that have done incredibly fucked up things previously. They immediately start screaming about, but no, we could have done something. Why did you just throw them in the Barbara pit? That is also genocide. You're becoming the same as them. It's not, because that would imply they're human. To be human, you must earn being human, okay? I don't believe in you're just born and everybody. No. Or no, quite to the contrary. We are born human, but at one point we lose our humanity. And this is a perfect example of it, okay? Mr. Proper, stop doing the podcast. Please just continue mopping my fucking floor. No, dude, don't use water on that shit. My laminate is going to get fucked up, man. It's going to get all bloated, okay? But we must kill the... No. Mr. Proper, keep cleaning. Keep cleaning, please. Oh man. You know that argument, everybody's got a podcast nowadays? It's so fucked up. I didn't know it included literal fucking Nazis. This is Mr. Ethnic Clean. Yeah. Put the mop in the bucket, little bro. Okay, thank you, hard worker. Thank you. You made it perfect. Okay. Put the mop in the bucket, little bro. Bro, okay. Put the mop in the bucket, bro. Yeah. Mop in the bucket.
At home, God willing. I don't know. I haven't spoken to her in an hour.
SDTV, oh my God, I didn't know you had a Twitch. I keep spamming it everywhere, and for some reason, still people don't fucking know. It's so difficult migrating my massive fucking YouTube community over here. It's a fucking pain in the dick. I need to do the YouTube streams again, but YouTube is so fucking horrible for streaming, man.
No, I'm saying for the chance.
But welcome to the community, friend.
I would press it right now. Give me that button and press it. Shawan is safe at home. God willing, I don't know. I haven't spoken to her in an hour.
No, I'm saying for the chance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would press it right now. Give me that button and press it right now.
there you go.
And I think most Israelis would.
Yeah, most Jewish
They wouldn't.
Israelis.
They wouldn't post. They wouldn't talk about it like I am. They wouldn't post. They wouldn't say I pressed it.
Yeah,
But they would.
They
press
don't
it.
have balls of steel like you.
They would, but they would press it.
The balls of steel of mass murdering an entire ethnic group. So manly chat, right? I love when they talk in the open. Okay, I love when they talk in the open. It's mwah. It's mwah.
It, right? Like if they were in a
Yeah.
closet alone, they wouldn't even hesitate. Someone came to them and said, "No one will know. You press this, all the Palestinians are gone." You'd be like, "Fucking hey, is there another one?"
Is there another one? The loop, the unfortunate, insane loop, man. History is such a demon sometimes. For a people who have gone through so much, to just fully embrace the mask of their previous oppressor is so sad. It's
Okay, so a lot to unpack there.
0 people.
We'll get into it. Let's go ahead and watch this second clip here as well.
In Israel, if you go up to them and you're like, do you care if this baby in Gaza gets polio? They'll be like, I don't fucking just get
Yeah,
out.
if Oppenheimer would care.
Yeah, okay, there'll be like 20 people who care and they're all wearing Meretz shirts. Like, fuck them. But seriously, nobody would give a shit. They'd be like, leave me alone, man. I'm trying to like buy
Eat
shit
ice cream.
for Shabbat. Like,
Yeah.
fuck off. I don't care about this Gazan kid
Yeah.
with polio.
Also, as long as they're in their Nakba state in their tents, and we're living still, like, if you put aside the news, day to day is okay. Yesterday we went to a concert.
Yeah.
In Elkon Park. We had lots of fun. Me and my girlfriend, Shalom Chanoch. We danced,
Yeah.
and it was amazing. And you can't help but think like it's not.
This is the eventual result of there basically being two planets. People in the imperial periphery just getting absolutely annihilated every day, either actively through military conquest, the way the apartheid state of Israel is doing to the Palestinians, or just by, living in extreme and fucked up poverty, right? And the other group fully embracing reactionary mentality by just saying, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. My basic comforts are enough for me, even if they're only guaranteed through the complete annihilation of those less privileged than me. This is the equinox of just straight up, call it middle class or whatever, but more privileged mentality of those more privileged in this fucking system. This is it. They're saying the quiet part out loud, and obviously there's nothing brave in doing this because they're sitting in their little podcast room fantasizing about a death that will most likely reach them, okay? But because I can't say other things on Twitch, but it is the equinox of just the basic ideology of in which we find ourselves in. It is manifested in the thousands of people I've seen in New York just casually step over the thousands of other, opiate addicted and homeless people on the streets. It's just I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Can I get that avocado toast to go, please? Let's go back to brunch. Yeah? These guys just are saying the more extreme version of that same truth. Thank you to the legendary Romka for 100 bits. Remember those motherfuckers that said kibbutz is socialism? Oh yeah, that's a fucking classic. Weirdos is understatement. Pretty sure there was plenty of context given, of course. Now that it's getting attention, they try to double back. Are they trying to double back? In their apology, they were claiming it was taken out of context. No, I hear their context. Their context is kind of calling out all Israelis by saying that they are pussies for not outwardly admitting that they just want all of Gaza gone. That's the context. But then they joke that they don't say, there is no context in which they're criticizing that. They're not saying, oh, all Israelis just want all of Gaza gone, and that's fucked up. They're like, all Israelis want Gaza gone, but we have more balls, and we will say it out loud because we also want everybody in Gaza to be dead. That's the fucking context. Speaking of context, did you know that ads are actually just the private sector's propaganda machine that will turn you into a mindless consumer drone, probably pitching you even products that directly profit the Israeli military-industrial complex? Well, for $6 a month or for free through Prime, you can do the opposite. Support this channel as we all unilaterally whip out our clits and balls and place them on the foreheads of every Zionist dog in the world. $6 a month, so for free per Prime. Ad starts now.
Nice to know that you're dancing in a concert while hundreds of thousands of Gazans are,
Homeless.
and like sitting in a tent and eating.
Makes it even better.
Yeah.
More enjoyable concert. If only they put the
live video
footage of Gaza. But seriously, you guys that's what people don't understand. Look, I know that you guys might be appalled by this, some of the listeners, but seriously, this is how Israelis feel. And you might think that Eitan Weinstein and Naor, who refuses to kind of back me up on it publicly.
I'm from the UN.
Yeah, he's the UN. But you might think I'm extreme. But I have conversations with lots of people, coworkers.
Yeah, no, that is absolute fact. That is absolute fact. And this has nothing to do with ethnicity or Jews being fuck that shit. No, this is being raised and living in a country where apartheid is absolutely normal and where the dehumanization of the so-called enemy as an entire ethnic group has, again, been absolutely normalized. This is what you get eventually, people who obviously completely dehumanize the so-called enemy and therefore want to see them gone. This is, again, not something to do with Israeli religion or Jewish religion, the Jewish religion, or Jews in general, etc. etc. It's anti-Semitic bullshit. This has everything to do with apartheid, settler colonialism, and just their
Wonderful.
eternal
A new
drive
child soldier,
towards
subscriber.
completely settling on the territory by killing everybody else and creating an ethno-state. This is just a logical conclusion of ethno-state logic. It's simple as that. Thank you very much, Mousy Nano, for the 5th month, you motherfucker. Fuck the apartheid state. Absolutely.
For his friends, people enjoy knowing that they are suffering.
Fascist social reproduction. Exactly, Time INB. I love having smart people in chat. I love my community so fucking much.
What do you say at this point, other than this is a society that is so far gone in terms of the dehumanization of Palestinians that it's almost unrecoverable at this point? This is what it looks like.
It is recoverable. We've seen what happened to Germany, okay? The apartheid system must completely be crushed. Everybody who has ever been in government in Israel must be banned from pursuing political office forever, period. And heavy-duty international community application of both force and re-education programs must be introduced to the aggressor state and its domestic population, which fully supports the current genocidal movement. Literally the same thing that was done to Germany must be done to Israel. Okay?
To witness an ongoing active settler colonial project in real time.
Germany never really denazified, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have another example, honestly. Yeah, West Germany never. I know, chat. You're beautiful. You're smart. I agree. But you get my fucking point. The part of Germany that actually was denazified is Now going full Nazi though. Yeah. So was that part fully?
These guys are sitting here laughing, enjoying.
Rhodesia and South Africa might be better examples. Yes, Kupashi, thank you. Yeah. South Africa could be a better example.
Having a conversation about the abject suffering that the Israeli military is inflicting on Palestinian civilians. And that's not hyperbole. That's not an exaggeration. That's not out of context. That's what they're saying. They're talking about civilians. They're not saying, we hope that the IDF defeats Hamas, or we hope that the IDF inflicts an immense amount of suffering on any militants who were involved in October 7th. That's not what they're saying. They're saying we enjoy the fact that there are Palestinians who are getting polio, given the conditions that Israel has put them in, with no access to clean drinking water, no access to food, no access to adequate medical supplies. They've destroyed the healthcare system. They are enjoying that. They're saying we should set up concerts where there is...
Fascism was never defeated. We just gave them lab coats and said, shut the fuck up about it until after Reagan. Yeah, but fascism cannot be like... Fascism is an ideology, chat. It's a worldview. It's a manner through which you organize your system to keep domestic capital afloat. The only way for you to kind of kill fascism is to kill capitalism, because without capitalism it cannot devolve into fascism. So the only way to truly eradicate fascism from the world is to not give it any ground on which it can grow. And the only ground it can grow on is capitalism, right?
It's a live feed showing the suffering of the people of Gaza. They're saying, we want you explicitly to understand that we don't care if innocent children are massacred. This is what they're saying, out in the open, and also in English, by the way. What do you say at this point?
Without addressing the contradictions of capital, you cannot stop fascism from reemerging in particular troubled high empire or periphery of empire territories or states. You got to use as loaded of theory terminology as possible. Yeah. You cannot eliminate imperialism either, because obviously the market wants to grow and it wants resources, and eventually it moves into markets that do not want it. And when markets do not want it, when states don't want it, it violently either settles them, overtakes them, coups them, etc., etc. And when it comes to fascism lamenting domestically, when the contradictions are very high in a particular capitalist state, they either grow in class consciousness or grow in fascist fervor.
Like, guys, what do you say? Now, you may look at this and say, well, these are just two random dickheads talking on a podcast. They're not representative of the overwhelming majority of Israelis. I wish that were the case. And maybe it is the case that a majority of Israelis aren't this extreme, or that they wouldn't say things like this out in the open. But guys, we've seen the polling data. I've shown you the polling data showing that an overwhelming majority of Israelis, when they look at what the IDF has done in Gaza, say that they've either done the right amount of destruction or not enough destruction. When we're talking about a majority of the housing in Gaza being destroyed, the obliteration of the healthcare system, the obliteration of the education system, the entirety of the population displaced, people dying of starvation, now, again, a polio outbreak, the targeting of schools and mosques and churches and refugee camps and UN shelters, everything under the sun has been destroyed in Gaza.
Paper. Be right back.
And they're looking at this and saying, and not these two guys on the podcast, but the population of Israel is looking at this and saying, yeah, I mean, that's either the right amount of force or it's not enough force. So, again, I wish I could say that, like, these two, twats on this podcast are not representative. But to some extent they are. To some extent that they are, right? And that's the unfortunate reality of where Israel has put themselves. This is what it looks like when you have just a full-blown settler colonial project.
Had to get some toilet paper, because my nose is crazy because of this fucking mask.
Active in full force. This is what staring down the barrel of a fascist apartheid society looks like. a society that's in the midst of committing a genocide against the people who they have been ethnically cleansing and occupying for decade after decade after decade. This is what that looks like. Just casual Radio Rwanda type shit here. Now, again, it's not just these two guys. We've heard this same kind of rhetoric from IDF soldiers who are actually participating in the genocide on the ground in Gaza. We've seen this from IDF soldiers in the West Bank as well, as Israel is drastically ramping up not only the expansion of the illegal settlements in the West Bank.
Use toilet paper, yes. The true working class people clean their nose with toilet paper. We do not support big paper, okay? I am not buying that overpriced little packet of nose papers, okay? Nose papers, do handkerchiefs? No, paper chiefs, paper hankers, hanker papers?
Cleansing Palestinians, but also in their current massive invasion in the West Bank that is larger than anything that's been seen.
Okay, tissues, thank you. I have issues with tissues, okay? Okay, for the price of one tissue, you can get this entire thing, okay?
In the West Bank. So this is an ongoing thing from not just podcasters, but IDF soldiers on the ground, from Israeli politicians from the beginning of this, all the way back in October. We all heard the quotes. We're going to cut off the food, the water, the electricity.
Hugo is so proletarian, he doesn't even know what tissues are, right? The more tissues you use, the capitalister you are. The more toilet papers you use, the more communist you are, okay?
We're going to do a Nakba 2.0. You know, Netanyahu.
Thank you, Romka, for the 100 bits. The true proletarian uses a cloth napkin that they wash by hand. Oh, yeah, dude. I tried to. At one point, I was in my gentleman arc, you know, like, oh, you will do swag. I do class. Yeah. Oh, I wear old money clothes now. I am sophisticated. Yes, we all had fucking cringe modes. You know, fuck it. And then I also would carry like a handkerchief. But dude, you just blow into it twice and it just like melted together by snot glue, and then you have to wash it every time. I mean, it's much better for the environment, I guess, but fuck that, man.
Who invoking the biblical story of Amalek to wipe out the men, the women, the children, the oxen.
That's why I'm a commie. I do be shitting.
The camel, the sheep. This is genocide.
Back on Thomas Shelby. Oh my god, that reminded me. What was that fucking epic video? Real Thomas Shelby. Real Thomas Shelby. I think it was Turkey or something. Remember this video? No. Come on, where's... Somebody send me a link. I find Thomas Shelby. You know that the skinny kid that's walking like, I'm Thomas Shelby. You know Thomas Shelby? I am Thomas Shelby. I am Thomas Shelby. And then pulls out a gun. YouTube search algorithm is god fucking horrible. By the way, like, Peaky Blinders is a 10 out of 10 show. Just the community fucking made it cringe.
Full force. This is the kind of reason why I say it's one of the
Somebody
most
send me a
obvious
link,
genocides
that
in history.
Kid walking like
is because
Thomas
usually
Shelby.
the most difficult aspect of genocide to prove is the intent aspect of it. In Israel, you have people who
Thomas
just...
Shelby Mafia, where are you from? Exactly, Romka. Romka, daj mi jebote link. Daj пожалуйста link, товарищ.
Say it. Yeah, wipe them all out. If I had a button in front of me where tomorrow Palestinians... Notice, he had the opportunity there, again, to say, if there was a red button in front of me to wipe out Hamas, or to wipe out, people who want to eliminate Israel, or to kill Jewish people. He didn't say any of that. He said if there was a button in front of me to make it so that tomorrow Palestinians no longer exist, then he'd hit that button. And he'd hit it over and over and over again, and he believes that a majority of Israelis would as well. Now, they did follow up on this. And
oh my god, I followed that. Too long, didn't read. Bullet. Somebody please, I want to watch that fucking Thomas Shelby clip, chat. Don't be so fucking lazy, okay? What do I not pay you for? Send me the goddamn, okay? Okay, mucho texto. There's quite a bit of chat. Why are they British now? No, I'm in Peaky Blinders. I'm fucking big. Wait, chat. Wait. You're gonna love this. Wait, chat. I'm so much into Peaky Blinders. Look at what I have. Look at what I unironically have. Oh, the link. Wait, thank you, horse beef. My favorite chats. Oh, fuck you! Fuck you, horse beef! Fuck you, you son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! Fucking! You piece of... This is what you do to Tommy Shelby, huh? Oh, you got me. Okay, vintage, I will trust you, okay? No, it's a cat. Chat, you're pieces of shit. Pieces of shit. Wait. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Oi! Who you talking to, boy? Oi! Yes, I have the hat. I unironically have the hat. Look. Oi, mate. We was in World War I and we was traumatized. So now we back and we a gang and we're 3 brothers, yeah. We do gang shit, yeah. Wait, where is I feel like I'm going to the pub wearing this. Oh, there it is. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Who sent it? It's Juro. Thank you very much, Juro. This is what I was looking for. I need to enlighten chat, okay?
Shelby, Mafia.
Mafia, okay.
Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
Evet, Sigma.
Where are you from?
Muammer.
Kardeşimiz ufak bir mafya olarak geçti. Aklımı aldı benim en başta silah vurunca.
Thomas Shelby Mafia. But it doesn't have the whole thing. Chat. Where he pulls out the gun. Thomas Shelby Sigma. That's just gonna be edits. Oh, I think this is the
meydanın tam karşısında şurada.
Hello, Thomas Shelby, Mafia.
Mafia, okay.
Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
Evet, Sigma.
Where are you from?
Muammer.
Whenever I think of chatters, I imagine this guy, okay? All of you, I imagine just this guy, okay? This is what too much time on the internet does to a human brain, okay?
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thomas Shelby.
Thomas Shelby.
Sigma.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Thank you. Kardeşimiz ufak bir mafya olarak geçti. Aklımı aldı benim en başta.
Thomas Shelby, Thomas will never be, Jesus. Oh, evet Sigma, evet. Çok güzel yakışımlar. Çok güzel. Ya yakışımlar. But chat, I need to ask you too. Do you want to be Thomas Shelby Sigma? Yakışımlar, Thomas Shelby Turkish Sigma. Well, you can be for $6 a month or for free through Prime. Or do you want to be better? Not Thomas Shelby. Well, for $6 a month or for free through Prime, you can join the Israeli Child Army of Thomas Yugopnik Shelby, of Yugo Shelby, okay? Shelbypnik. Or watch the ad that is going to play in exactly 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The choice is yours, my beautiful child soldiers.
Business.
There you go.
They're trying to claim that these
Mira Links has given me five Thomas Shelby Sigmas. Mashallah, inshallah, alhamdulillah, Thomas Shelby. Why is Thomas Shelby now Turkish? Okay, Jesus Christ. Thank you so much, Amira Links, you fucking legend. Thank you for giving me great members of my future tribe. We shall overtake London. We're from Edinburgh, but we gonna go to London and fucking clash with the other gangs, mate. We're gonna take over this town, yeah.
Clips that have been circulating, some of the ones that I showed you, were taken out of context. Now,
you just look like my Irish granddad. I know with the mask it kind of looks like shit. I have to admit, with the mask it kind of be looking shitty.
Wonderful, a new child soldier.
There you go, another Thomas Shelby appreciator enters chat. Thank you very much, USA Great Saturn. Okay, real Thomas Shelby hours. Okay.
This tweet is insane to me
Thomas
because,
Shelby.
again, they say it's out of context, but then they go on to prove that no, it was actually like fully in context given the beliefs that you're outlining here. So let's read through this tweet real quick. They start off, they say, there's quite a bit of chatter going on about some of the comments made on the podcast recently. We want to properly address that. Firstly, the video circulating was taken out of context. Okay, so what's the context? In the original recording, we made it very clear that we did not call for the genocide of Palestinians. Do we need to play back the clips we just watched?
No, but then you
Wonderful
said I
and
literally would
soldiers
kill
and
every single one of them
subscriber.
if I had the button right now. Okay. Oh, another fellow Thomas Shelby. Welcome to the gang, brother. Welcome. 3-month sub. Oh, real contribution to the cause. Real contribution. We will run the. We will give you the horses operation. Understand?
Wonderful,
And
a new
Eco
child
a high-ranking
soldier, I
member
mean
of the Thomas
subscriber.
Shelby organization. I am running the Turco-Balkanic segment of the Thomas Shelby Corporation. We are expanding all over the world. Right now, our big business plan is to use Twitch and have subscribers that we send cash to actually subscribe to our account so that we launder all our money. Thank you very much, Eco Waves, and thank you very much, Jen Kristen Lover, for the subs, you fucking legends. What was this link? Wait, what about this classic Peaky Blinders scene? This is a classic, actually, but you didn't even need to lie to me. I will play it.
Алло.
Алло.
Да.
Алло, блядь.
Пиздец.
Алло.
Me trying to run a serious show immediately, alright?
Блядь. Суки, блядь.
Oh, thank you for making my month. Oh, thank you for making my month. Oh, this is beautiful.
There has never been in the history of humanity a more clear call.
Now back to talking about Israeli fucking apartheid pieces of shit. Thank you, Uncle, for 100 bits, and the hype train goes shoo, motherfucking shoo, baby. All blood, funnily enough, Twitch is based for money laundering. I wonder how much people are doing it. Absolutely, dude. My Balkan brain is immediately like, I could launder so much fucking cash. Level 3, as we all know, if we ever reach level 5 hype train, I show you cats. Yeah. Now I'll do Russian cats. Okay, if I show you the cat book, I will do narration in incredibly broken Russian. That is my promise to you for level 5 hype train. True motherfucking true. Hillian Zoe,
Wonderful,
thank
a
you
new
very
child
much for the
soldier,
resub, and
subscriber.
Sapatra for the sub with Prime. I love how me giving you adequate theoretical analysis of different global events. Nah, fuck that. Cats? Yes, I will subscribe.
Wonderful,
For
a
a
new
genocide.
child soldier,
He just said,
I mean
if we could wipe out the
subscriber.
entirety of
Thank you both for 6 months. Thank you very much.
a specific ethnic group of people, the Palestinian people, then we would do it. That's a call for genocide. That's exactly what that is. There's no way around that. There's no way to take that out of context. That's what you just fucking...
But no, it's not genocide because it would just be with one button and they would all disappear forever, okay? It's not it's just a button. It's a button, okay? We were just talking fiction.
And said in a number of different ways, back to back to back. That's not out of context. He says he doesn't call for the genocide of Palestinians, but wait, because he's going to reaffirm that he does. He says we were making a larger point about the fact that most Jewish Israelis do not care about the...
Yeah, called it. Literally called it 20 fucking minutes ago. Called exactly what they're going to say.
cost in civilian casualties on the Palestinian side in order to secure Israel. What does that sound like to you guys? A majority of Israelis do not care.
Again, to repeat myself for those in chat who just joined, I said that they're gonna say that the context is, we were just saying that most Israelis are hypocrites because deep down they actually want all Palestinians to die, but they don't have the balls as us two Chad, the podcast boys, to outright say that we would prefer if every single Palestinian died because that's what we actually want, and we're based more than them because they do not admit to it, right? But again, they did not say this in the context of, most of Israeli society living in an apartheid system is incredibly sick and incredibly bloodthirsty, and that is bad. No, they were like, they're all incredibly sick and bloodthirsty. They just don't say it out loud. We say it out loud. That's it. That was the fucking video.
About the cost in civilian casualties on the
We need an emote with Thomas Shelby. Mods, get to work. Get to work. I want a Thomas Shelby. Okay.
Palestinian side. They continue. They say, within that context, we entertained a hypothetical situation that would rid Israel of the imminent threat posed by our Palestinian enemies who overwhelmingly support Hamas and wish to kill us all. Listen, guys, Why do you think, ask yourself this question, why do you think that a majority of Palestinians would support Hamas, a militant group who they view as fighting against their occupiers? Why do you think that that would be the case? Could it be the case that Israel has, for year after year after year, subjugated and occupied the Palestinian people, right, while continuously ethnically cleansing them, and then now, for the last 11 months, what's happened? There's been a boost in support for Hamas. Why has there been a boost in support for Hamas amongst Palestinians in Gaza? Again, could it have anything to do with the fact that you have killed tens of thousands of innocent people, that the people of Gaza have been starved, they've been deprived of water, they've had their homes bombed into oblivion, they have no access to the basic life necessities, and their family members and their friends have been getting killed relentlessly.
Pandas, oh, Shelby Walk, I love it, I love it, I love it. Thank you, Pandas, thank you. That was so good. Toasty Android added it. Yeah, thank you very much, Android.
Just a year straight, right in front of them. Could that have some sort of a radicalizing effect amongst any population? I wonder if that's the case.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder.
Thomas Shelby. Hype train, 1 minute left. Remember, do you really work for the Thomas Shelbys, or should I take the knife out of my head and punish you greatly? Because we're the Peaky Blinders, because we are the Peaky Hats, and then we blind you. It's a very original name, okay?
How that ended up happening.
I will make Turkish Shelby emote. Please, Ufigi, you fucking legend.
I mean, Jesus Christ, this is not a difficult issue, guys.
Yakşamar, çok güzel.
Think for a second.
Türkiye uberales. Thomas Shelby actually was Turkish.
Is there any population, any group of people on the face of the planet who, given what Palestinians have been subjected to for decades, who would not fight back in some way, shape, or form?
Thank you, it's Jura, for contributing to our emerging communist/Peaky Blinders enterprise with your adequate donations. This shall be used to expand our empire to many new places. Thank you very much.
Oh, Jesus, I can't do this character anymore. Oh, thank you very much, Juro. Thank you so much, my friend.
Your average American citizen would do. We fought a fucking revolutionary war over the British, right? And what the British were doing to white Americans in the U.S. colonies.
And thank you to another great support.
For some reason, now I'm doing the Godfather voice.
Thank you for your support. You come to my daughter's wedding to ask. I cannot reject you.
Thank you very much, Elma's Jewels, for the 5 gift subs. And oh my God, thank you, Elmira, for the 6,600. Fucking Elmira, you absolute fucking legend. Elma, also fucking legend. But Elmira, holy fucking shit. Thank you so much for the crazy amount of bits. Amira, you absolute fucking savage. And we have reached level 7 hype train. What does that mean? That means I need to give you Russian cats. I don't even know how to do that. Wait, there's like, give me some like silly sounding Russian song, like whatever I do to play in the background. Russian beat song. What? I don't even know what I'm googling. Something for the background.
Oh yeah. Thank you for your great support. Now you shall get the Russian cats, блядь. This cat finds itself on the forgotten lands of Chelyabinsk. He knows he must rise through crime in 90s post-Soviet Russia to be able to achieve true freedom through capital accumulation. He questions who are his friends, who are his enemies, and how can he conquer the streets of Moscow. He says, Blyat! Blyat, I will start stealing the cars, but I am cat and cannot drive it because I cannot reach pedal. So, I must do other type of business. Maybe I buy real estate. Maybe I steal from grandma, babushka, and become real estate mogul like in American movie, duh. But then I say, why not both, blyat? I buy Western car, Mercedes, and sell all over Moscow, and I use it to create a legal business through which I funnel into real estate. Да, я, бабушка, катушка. Пошли нахуй, я сказал Свима. Everybody tells me, but you are not helping the small cats who struggle so much every day. To that, I say, they are poor, they are weak. This is no longer Soviet Union, brother. This is the future. This is capital. Here, only the strong survive
Wonderful. A new
and the
child
weak
soldier, subscriber.
die. This is the average life of cat in Moscow, Russia, in 1991 after the fall of Soviet Union.
I hope that was a decent enough story. Explanation of post-Soviet Moscow through cats. Okay, this is what you come here for. Thank you, Joe, for the 100 bits. You come to me on the name of my Sigma, Ohio, to raise me up. And thank you, Ian Hinlack, for your 8-month sub. You fucking legend. Thank you very, very kindly. But wait, this is the song. It's like every Slavic kid has like grown up and listening to this while watching compilations of cars spinning in circles. It's kind of a good song, no joke. But the greatest one, which is cliche now, but it's great, Mama, I'm a Criminal, is this one. Holy shit, this one is always, this one is such a classic. It's such a classic. I'm sorry, I know I'm being cringe to all the Eastern Europeans in chat, but it's such a good song, objectively.
Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal.
For some reason, it's Joker.
Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal. Mama, I'm a criminal.
Yeah, he's dying over here.
Mama, I'm a criminal.
Мама, I'm a criminal. С голыми руками или в руках АК. Тебе это не коснулось, так это пока. Ладно, мне пора, братка,
Молодежь
пока.
русская, блядь.
Мама, криминал, это то, чем живет детвора в забытых богом дворах. Хули там якудзы, триады, коза ностры. В России рано повзрослели дети 90-х.
And what is this? What? This is a different video for a different thing. Interesting. Android Torrento. Or over this. This is 22 million views. 22 million views. What every Slavic guy who does streams and podcasts prefers to tell their mother instead of, hey, mama, I do streams and podcasts. Mama, I'm a criminal. Yeah, I sell heroin. But no, son, you are a good boy. No, I sell heroin because I don't want to tell you that I actually work on Twitch, dude. I don't stream, I have a real job. I deal drugs, exactly, by any means necessary. They would understand selling drugs easier than streaming. Exactly, that's what I mean. Ironically, if this streaming and podcast shit falls through, like I'm not going back to corporate. That's all I'm telling you. Okay, let's go back to a regularly scheduled broadcast. Talking shit about apartheid pieces of shit.
Is nowhere remotely close, nowhere remotely in the conversation of the kind of oppression that Palestinians have been subjugated to. What do you think your average American would do in this kind of a situation? And they sit back, they wonder why Hamas is gaining support over the last 11 months.
Back to Hitler, yeah.
He continues, he says, and would gladly go for another October 7th the moment they get their chance. Obviously, that hypothetical button doesn't exist. Well, you know what does exist? Is the ongoing genocide. That's what does exist and is happening right now. When having to consider...
But they'll burn the Reichstag again unless we kill them all, you know? We must arrest every communist in the state or they'll burn the Reichstag again. They want to take over the country because they're Bolsheviks led by the Jews. Little word-for-word interpretation of the pitch that Hitler gave when he became Führer instead of Chancellor.
how to deal with the Palestinians in reality, things are more complex and nuanced. But that doesn't change the fact that when on the scale are our lives and safety or the lives of our enemies. And keep in mind,
why do you hate the German people? They just want some Lebensraum, some living space, you know? That was a good one, Taima.
his enemies, in his view, are just Palestinians. Not Hamas, not the PIJ, but Palestinians. In this scenario, most Israelis do not care about the cost in civilian casualties in Gaza, as long as the main objective is achieved, eliminating the threat for good. Hate to break it to you, buddy, but if what you mean by eliminating the threat for good is eliminating hatred
Humans, they're like everybody. No, everybody. He means literally eliminating all of them.
of Israel or resistance to Israeli occupation,
Because this is how racism fucking works. When you think that a whole ethnicity is a monolith and therefore it must be removed from the face of the earth, otherwise they will, they would do you harm. That's ethno-nationalism, okay? That's just ethno-nationalism. There's a word for it for a fucking reason.
if that's what you mean by elimination, that's not going to happen.
Lebensraum with kibbutz characteristics. Rome can never change.
End the oppression of Palestinians, you end the occupation, you end the apartheid, you end the genocide, or you will continue to face resistance to those things. The third option...
No. What are you talking about? That's anti-Semitic. Okay, no longer watching this guy, anti-Semitic. So, yeah, Pokemon. Oh, God.
One he's in favor of is just killing or ethnically cleansing all of the Palestinian people. That's the option he wants to go for. That's what he views as some sort of a solution to this, right? Eliminating the threat for good. How has that been going? How has that been going? Have you solved the problem yet? How much more death and destruction do you need?
I mean, you can either stop the apartheid oppressive system and actually contribute to a sustainable, multi-ethnic and multi-religious state, or if you do not want to do that, your only option is unironically like killing every single one of them. That's unironically your only option, and it's very obvious which one they're choosing. You don't have to. Israel has those two choices. Israel has those two choices. Period. And it's obvious which one they're choosing.
Gaza or the West Bank to eliminate the threat for good. He continues, he says, what everyone who's losing it...
I wanted to compare it to Manifest Destiny to escape the people who are uncomfortable with comparing Israeli behavior to Nazis, but unfortunately Americans think Manifest Destiny was a good thing. Yes, and to an extent it inspired Nazis. For those of you in chat who do not know, when other Nazis would tell Hitler, yo, your idea is good, but it's fucking insane because they'll never let us just, kill all the Jews, all the Poles, all the Slavs, all the Romani people, all the communists, and then, expand our territory eastwards by tenfold. Everybody's going to be like, oh, but what happened to the domestic population? And Hitler basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but Hitler basically said, oh, but the Americans did that and everybody respects them now. Which is a very strong argument. The Americans just, went, killed everybody almost on their territories on the North American continent and created the United States. And now it's even defined as the freest, most prosperous place that everybody wants to quote unquote go to on the planet. So if the Americans can do it, why can't we Germans do it as well? And it was a very strong argument that made people go like, okay, other Nazis that were not as radical when it comes to militarism. They were like, okay, or expansion.
It seems to forget is that less than a year ago, thousands of Palestinians invaded Israel and raped, murdered, burned alive countless women, children, babies, the elderly. Again, we've been through all of the details of October 7th. A lot of this is a complete lie. Kidnapped hundreds of hostages. That part's true. Their ultimate goal was to conquer large parts of Israel and kill...
The Volga will be our Mississippi.
Kill everyone. Guys, there's not a single American official, Israeli official, Hamas official who believes that the goal of October 7th was to conquer Israel. Nobody believes that that was going to happen, right? You could have conversations about what exactly were their goals. Was their main primary goal to bring the issue of...
October 7th was a violent explosion of the contradictions of an apartheid state. Those living under apartheid will eventually violently explode. You don't want that to happen, don't fucking have apartheid. It's the simplest fucking math equation on the planet.
Of Palestinians to the forefront of global conversation? Was their goal to take hostages, to use them as leverage to potentially get Palestinian hostages freed? You could have conversations about what specifically was the goal on that day, and Hamas certainly did commit war crimes on October 7th, but the idea that the main goal was to conquer Israel and to kill everybody, nobody believes that that was going to happen. That was not the main goal. He continues, he says, the only reason they failed to do so was our brave soldiers, cops, and civilians who fought heroically and sacrificed their lives so that we can be here today. We owe them everything, and we mean everything, etc., etc. Now we get to this, right? Because here he says, now let's go over some data to support our claims. Number one, In a poll conducted by Mano Jiva amongst Jewish Israelis in January 2024, 87% of them said that they are for the complete annihilation of Hamas.
Oh, Puerto Rican vegan socialist. Hi, all. It's my birthday, and I'm getting a new car today. Good for you, friend. Good for you. Enjoy it. I hope it's nice. So I hope it's what you wanted. Fuck yeah. Happy birthday, Puerto Rican socialist. Good for you, brother.
In the continuation of the war until we obtain complete control over Gaza. So, I mean, I guess you could read into this a number of different ways, but 90% of Jewish Israelis, as of January of this year, say that they are for the complete annihilation of Hamas. Okay.
You know what I'm 90% for? I'm for the absolute apartheid regime to succeed, but only here on Twitch, because you can be one of the downtrodden, disgusting animals who actually watch ads, or you can join and hopefully build this incredible apartheid state of 90% of chatters never having to watch ads by subscribing for $6 a month of a free through Prime. So I call upon you, not towards American destiny, but towards Yugopnik destiny. The great dream our forefathers have built this platform on, and that is that all viewers of our streams do not watch ads. They're going to play in exactly 20 seconds. So join the superior class of non-ad watchers or lament in the past. The choice is yours. Thank you very much.
But the continuation of the war until they obtain complete control over Gaza. So the complete occupation of Gaza. Or does that mean the resettlement of Gaza? What exactly does that mean? It gets worse. In another poll by the same pollster, and apparently this is Israel's top pollster, by the way, this time, 44% of the population were for Jewish settling in Gaza, as opposed to 39% who were against. So I guess we just got our answer to my previous question. 44% are for resettling Gaza. In other words, ethnically cleansing the Palestinians from Gaza, many of whom were already ethnically cleansed from their previous homeland, right? And were forced into this tiny enclave in the Gaza Strip.
Look at the little picture they used. Oh my God, Mr. Proper was not always Mr. Proper. He was guy working creative in marketing number 7,834. Okay. This is what every guy working in creative in an advertising agency looks like 100% of them. Okay. Oh God. I prefer the Mr. Proper look. Okay.
Trip. Now we're saying, okay, we're going to push them out again and then resettle it with Israelis. Number 3. They say it's also worth noting that many of the victims of October 7th share our sentiments. This is a member of Kibbutz Be'eri saying, quote, I will come back to Be'eri only after the very last Palestinian in Gaza is dead. Not the very last Hamas militant or PIJ militant or somebody who was complicit in October 7th, until the very last Palestinian in Gaza is dead. So in other words, to try to defend yourself from accusations of supporting genocide, you're going to cite somebody who is openly calling for the mass death of every single Palestinian in Gaza. I don't know if that's helping.
Yeah, because their whole pitch on how they're trying to get away with this is saying, if you don't like our opinion, then you don't like the opinion of all Israelis, and therefore you're anti-Israel, as if it's a bad fucking thing. Like, we're just saying things that all his other Israelis are saying. Why are you targeting us in particular? Herder. Antisemitism.
I don't know if that's helping your case. Number 4, and this is from Mia Shem, who was held hostage by Gaza. She says there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. They're all Hamas. This is genocidal language. That's what that is, point blank, period. That's what that is. By the way, you're trying to draw some sort of a comparison to Hamas, right? You're trying to say Israel is the morally superior actor in this equation. Now, if you're to put yourself in the mind of an Israeli, right? In this case, you have Mia Shem, who was held hostage by Hamas. She says there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. Is that not the exact same mindset that you say that Hamas had on October 7th? That they didn't distinguish between IDF soldiers and civilians, right? That they would indiscriminately attack all of them, right? Because their goal was to kill as many Jews as possible. So the thing that you are accusing Hamas of doing is what you are doing in this sentence. There are no innocent civilians in Gaza. This is a terrorist mindset. That's what that is. There are no innocent civilians.
That is a fucking genocidal, ethno-nationalist mindset that we come to that conclusion too many times, unfortunately.
And so there's no difference between targeting militants versus targeting civilians, or targeting a military base versus targeting a residential building. That's what they're saying. Now, another one. Gazans have been polled again and again, and the vast majority of Gazans support Hamas. Okay, again, we just covered that. Now, to conclude, he says the video circulating was taken out of context. The fact that most Israelis think that the threat posed from Gaza and Gazans must be rooted out by any means necessary is beyond any doubt. People from Gaza, the PA, and all around the world who support Hamas are actively seeking to kill us and destroy the only Jewish state. If you want to kill us, we will rise and kill you first. Then he goes on to praise the IDF. I don't know if it's even physically possible to make it more clear than how these guys have outlined it. So in that sense, I kind of appreciate it, right? Because it's all out in the open now, guys. There's no hyperbole, there's no doublespeak, there's no, euphemisms that are being used anymore. It's just all out in the open. We're witnessing an ongoing genocide in Gaza. We are witnessing the escalation of an ethnic cleansing in the West Bank. We are witnessing an active settler colonial project in real time right now, backed up by my government, the most powerful country and military force in the world, the United States of America. This is being done with U.S. weapons, with U.S. backing, with U.S. diplomatic cover. This is what, if you're an American like me, your tax dollars are going towards, is supporting this kind of a mindset. Because, again, let's make it clear. Benjamin Netanyahu may not come out and say it as explicitly as this guy. He comes close. He doesn't say it as explicitly. But let's be clear. His mission is the same as what was just described on this podcast. It is the same exact thing.
Politic guy has the best politic. Believe me, no one does it like him.
I love Politic Guy. Everybody go check Good Politic Guy. I will post a link in the description. Very underrated. Does marvelous work. There we go. There are the linkies. Thank you very much for this coverage. I mean, yeah. They just said it all out in the open. There's nothing really much I can add, to be perfectly honest. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's I mean, it was eventually going to come to a podcast, because what better representation of a whole nation's actual perspectives on particular issues than a bunch of random guys on the podcast? That's why, Joe Rogan is the perfect amalgamation of every American, and the Nice Jewish Boys podcast is the perfect amalgamation of all Israelis. Let's go. And obviously, Yugopnik is the perfect amalgamation of all Balkan politics. So I wish really hard. Today we are doing it 2 for fucking 2, okay? JT's other channel, How Capitalism is Ruining Car YouTube. I love the topic. Let's see how capitalism is ruining car YouTube. I'm kind of a car YouTube guy. I'm a basic bro. I kind of fuck with car YouTube. There's a guy, shows me a car. He's like, really nice. Sucks dick. I'm like, oh my God, it's car. It's good or it's bad. I just love it. Hello, comrade. I have been in school during the stream. So sorry for missing so many. Loose leaf tobacco production is plummeting across the globe, meaning cigarettes, loose leaf, and vape prices will see spikes in 2025. Hank, why do you enter chat and then just like fucking ruin my whole day? Why do you have to ruin my whole day? But does that include the nicotine packets? I finally found one that's not that bad for you, and I'm no longer smoking. So please don't make them more expensive. And they're actually kind of very, very cheap, honestly. Because I do one for 3 whole days, and they cost 7 euros here, which is really good. So if we wiggle car keys in front of you, fuck you, Maltese. I'm gonna be like, can I get a ride? Can I get a ride? So let me just put this in the thing, and then the thing in the thing, and the thing on the thing. One moment, chat. Give me a second. There we go. We're back to JT, my boss. We're 2 for 2. And thank you, Caffeo. Thank you for the sub with Prime. Welcome to the community, my dear friend. Welcome to the community. Okay. Guys doing car reviews on YouTube. Mostly wholesome. Who is my favorite? The only British person I respect. Not Wow Mao, it was Car Wow. There are 2 British people I respect. Wow Mao and Car Wow. They both have Wow in their name. Pretty decent reviewer. Pretty genuinely tries to be unbiased. And actually talks about budgets and, gives it context. Gives it proper context. So I really fuck with that guy. I would even be a bit of a fangirl if I saw him out in grass-touching land, also known as the outside, okay? Australian Blondie, nah, not really.
Well, I was hoping to record this video in the Volvo, but it is still not done.
whoever listens to the D program, I am grinding this fucking cunt so hard for this. Dude, he's being ripped off so directly and openly by his fucking mechanic. It's absolutely incredible. That car has been worked on for like a year, okay? And yes, it's a very big like it's basically recreating the car inside of the chassis of a classic old school Volvo. Then it's gonna be like 500 horsepower or some shit. But dude, it's been over a year, man. It's been over a year. Come on, JT, dude. Mechanics just owning podcasters every day. Okay, it will be done soon, bro. It will be done soon. I think I started making fun of him for not getting his Volvo back like at this point like a year ago. So it must have been in the garage for at least a year and a half.
At least at time of recording.
Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, Pakistan, India, and Indonesia are all seeing tobacco production decrease because of climate change. Production is slowly shifting to less tropical climates such as northern China, US, Europe, and Central Asia, which will increase prices. Probably, but this does not use tobacco, so haha, I win, big tobacco. I consume another product that you also own, but yeah, that somehow I'll win, I want to tell myself. And I love how Hank always gets the suspicious user monitoring thing, because he is literally the most unhinged commenter on here. But today he's not that unhinged. All synthetic nicotine requires tobacco oils. Ah, shit. Hank, stop ruining my fucking day. Stop ruining my fucking day, Hank. Somebody get Hank out of here. God damn it, Hank. No, I'm kidding. I love you.
So please enjoy the nice B-roll of my base model Ford Focus. As some of you know, I'm a big car guy. I love all things automotive. American muscle cars, JDM, customs, rally, goofy project cars. It's all so cool to me. For those who don't know, I've been working on a 92 Volvo 240 wagon.
Oh, it's so cool.
It's currently at a local speed shop for an LS swap, suspension work, exhaust, all that good stuff. I got to take it for a spin the other day, and it rips. So you'll be seeing that on the channel soon. Hope.
Your car needs work. Okay, $100. You're a podcaster. Oh, your steering wheel fluid needs to be changed. $3,500.
But before we dive in, let me give you...
Snas fact, there was a Maltese EU commissioner who worked with Swedish Match to lobby the EU Parliament to let snus be sold all over Europe back in 2012. Olaf got in his ass, but his case got time barred, and that's why snus is available all over the EU now. Thank you very much to the great Maltese people for giving us nicotine pouches.
You a brief behind the scenes.
Hank, I'm no longer reading your fucking comments about tobacco, okay?
Let's look at how I got these rollers while I tell you about my channel sponsor, Audio. If you're in the video business, you know how important it is to use the right music. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll already know that there's only one place I trust to have exactly what I'm looking for every time. Audio is my one-stop shop for all my music needs. All the tracks you hear in my videos are from their massive catalog. But almost more important than their impressive library is the fact that they offer a lifetime membership with a one-time payment. I don't know about you, but I'm so tired of everything charging a monthly fee. I really miss being able to just pay for something once and have access to it forever. That's why I was so excited when I saw Audio was offering a huge...
You wanna see a direct recreation of what JT was doing to my down below parts while we were traveling with Hakeem.
But almost more important than their impressive library
is
the fact that they offer a lifetime membership.
Oh man, the immediate Vietnam era, like I get transported in those days.
One-time payment. I don't know about you, but I'm so tired of everything charging a monthly fee.
He was so good.
I really miss being able to just pay for something once and have access to it forever. That's why I was so excited when I saw Audio was offering a hugely discounted lifetime music plan. Normally, it's a one-time investment of $499, which is already amazing considering what you'd pay with other company subscription models. But as a special treat for viewers of my channel, you can get lifetime access to Audio's entire music library for just $199. That's an amazing deal, a full $300 off. And if you're not sold already, Audio also has some really useful features, including my personal favorite, a similar
second nicotine pouch of the stream. Let's go.
tracks button that automatically searches their entire catalog and finds you more tracks similar to the one you like. So if you want to get unlimited access to Audio's entire music library, including every new song that's added in the future, follow the link below and use my code Chapman199 at checkout. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about something that has been plaguing the automotive side of YouTube over the last few months. A lot of creators we know and love have been quitting the big channels. James left Donut and started Speed. Zach and Jerry left Donut to create Big Time. We've seen similar things happen at Hoonigan and Car Throttle. Big names in the space getting burned out working for massive channels and going to start their own thing. Now, I'm not the first person to make a video on this subject. Everyone from Doug to Alex to the creators themselves have given their thoughts, and everyone is kind of on the same page. But as a creator...
Shit, my Chatterino hasn't updated, so I can't see the Thomas Shelby Sigma. Thomas Shelby Sigma. I can't see it. Well, let me close it and reopen it. Maybe it will work. Let me fuck up my whole fucking setup for a single emote. I love doing that. Okay, and then Chatterino reopen. Okay. Nah, I still can't see Thomas Shelby Sigma. Still can't see Thomas Shelby Sigma.
Myself and someone
Just
who...
refresh. How do I refresh? How? Where? What button? Where? Close, pop up, search, reconnect, reload channel emotes. Okay. Channel remotes reloaded. Okay, try them now. Try Thomas Shelby Sigma again. F5. I'm on Mac. No, it's not working. Fuck. Oh well.
Who talks specifically about the problems of capitalism, I don't think any of you will be surprised that I think there's an underlying issue here that's not being addressed. Before we jump in, I'm going to be using some clips from a few other videos. I've credited the original creators on screen, but there are also links in the description, and I'd strongly encourage you to watch the originals to support the creators. Okay, so what's the story here? I think most people are aware of the problems in car YouTube from James, Zach, and Jeremiah leaving Donut, one of the biggest and most popular car channels on the platform.
Funny enough, I don't really watch Donut, but yeah.
The way they each talk about leaving makes it pretty clear there was an NDA and probably a non-compete agreement involved, as well as some bad blood between the creators and management. Here are a couple clips that sum it up pretty well.
We were and are involved in less and less decisions. There was more structure, more bosses, and honestly, at this point...
Literally started becoming a corporation, and it sucked all the life out of it, and they became alienated. Holy shit, all of this socialist commentary can be applied to almost every guy's life. Even something as niche as car YouTube. Holy fuck. Oh my god, chat, is that mind-blowing or what?
We were all just really tired. Jesse and I have been going full into this thing since 2016, and the other guys have been going just as hard, a lot.
Zin is a brand. Yeah, Pandas, but I still call all of them Zin. It's like Pampers instead of, calling it whatever the fuck other name it exists for Pampers. Pouchies, Nick Pouches, Nick Cheese, like what? It's almost a slur. I'm almost saying a slur, okay? Something that requires me to say Nick all the time is almost a slur, okay? So I just call them Zins.
A lot of times harder since they came on. And we did that because there was this idea that was either told to us or imagined, probably a lot of both, that...
Just say snooze, white snooze, but then people think I actually do chewing tobacco, which is disgusting.
We were all building something together, all right? But that thing that we were building wasn't ours. And it never was. And it never would be.
Dun dun dun! Car YouTuber achieves class consciousness. Car YouTuber understands what alienation is. Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking go. The car YouTuber to communist pipeline is true and correct. I mean, it's literally JT. He tried to make a YouTube car thing, and now he's one of the world's biggest communist agitators on the internet. The pipeline is real, chat. The left has finally succeeded in creating another pipeline.
And I think that that's the original sin of Donut. We don't own it. And we never owned it.
This literally is a communist video.
None of the guys that make videos got rich when it sold. And more importantly, without owning Donut, we don't get to decide what Donut does.
Dude. Look, sorry. Wait. Well, 1 second. 1 second, chat. I can make this much better.
Sin of Donut. We don't own it. And we never owned it. None of the guys that make videos got rich when it sold. And more importantly, without owning Donut, we don't get to decide what Donut does, which is scary when you're the faces of it.
Yeah, it just, you know, Donut,
Literally,
what I signed up
literally. Car YouTube to fucking socialist pipeline is real chat. I'm so fucking here for it. You know what I'm not here for though? The ads that are going to play in 1 minute and 40 seconds, which you should not watch for the pipeline from non-ad watcher to ad watcher is very simple. It's free through Prime, or it's for only $6 through your credit card. So the choice is yours. Are you going to jump into that pipeline or have to watch those pesky ads? Decide now. The ad will play in 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Donut
or give to those less privileged than you, of course.
Wasn't ever exactly that, and it just over time got further away from that. And especially once we sold, it was, you know, my previous job, the same thing happened. We got bought out by an equity firm, and I was just trying to get away from that. So I was like, oh, I'll go work at this small YouTube channel. Then the next thing I knew, it was a big YouTube channel that was worried about growth and, you know, EBITDA.
EBITDA growth, yes. It became a capitalist institution and immediately lost all soul. Not even when it comes to the direction it wants to go in as an enterprise, but it lost soul because of the people working for it became de facto alienated. This is a case study. Like, this is a JT, I love you so much. How did you find this? This is a perfect fucking case study for why, you know, people aren't happy when they work for something that is pretty much exclusively ran by profit. It loses soul. It loses the human aspect of it. It loses passion. This video makes me so fucking happy. It's so good. It's so good. This is so good. This is so fucking good.
And you know, we got sold, and it was quickly. I was in the same spot I was.
Yeah, and I think
if you got like car bros, that are probably following this particular situation, this is an epic way. This is a beautiful fucking way to get them to think, you know, more class consciously. This is mwah. It's mwah. It's do the thing. No, not that thing. Do the other thing. Yeah, that thing. It's mwah. It's bombona.
A lot of people are under the impression that we own Donut, that we owned it, and so their success was directly translated to our success. And in a lot of ways it was. Like, we can't sit here and say like we don't have a lot of, or we're not fortunate for what Donut has done for us.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not untrue to say that when we joined Donut, there was this, you know, like big shiny object at the end of the tunnel, which would be like, hey, you guys will own a part of this, so if we ever sell, you'll like be good. You know, you'll be good.
And thousands of shares.
Right. Yeah. But more than that, like money
and ethical mutual ownership of the enterprise was proposed to these lovely gentlemen, and they were like, okay, I'm not alienated from my labor because I'm contributing to something democratically with my fellow employees. And then they got the rug pulled from under them.
aside, it got to the point to where
we watched the Donut guys review the Zastava Yugo. That piece of shit, bro. No, I could.
Was COVID happened?
I learned how to drive on a Yugo.
And we worked
on this for those who don't know. Yugo, but the car doesn't. It was literally looked like this. This is what I learned how to drive in. You learn how to drive in this, you can drive anything. Can drive absolutely anything. You learn how to drive this, anything. Okay?
Worked so crazy hard.
Zastava was better at making guns, yeah. Zastava is epic. Zastava makes this, okay? Zastava makes this, and then it makes... No. Okay? Zastava makes this, and this, okay? Two products of Zastava. I think one sells a lot more than the other, chat. I think one sells a lot more than the other.
That when we came out of it, we then got acquired, and then our fun YouTube job, which is like the best job on the world, in the planet, because you get to do the things you want to do. Now, we don't necessarily get to do that. It's a 9 to 5, and it just...
I think it's a product of getting too big, growing too big, and then trying to just never drop down.
Right.
And I think, you know, I've always said one of the coolest...
it was exclusively ran by the profit motive and therefore lost sight of what made it beautiful in the first place, which was a bunch of guys who are passionate about a particular thing and they want to explore it, talk about it, and, you know, put their sweat and labor in it, like every enterprise could be if it was actually ran by workers and not by a strange, algorithmic, eternal growth perspective of profit. This is like I can't show you my mouth, but I'm eating this. Okay, this is it's perfect.
Things about YouTube is that you can take swings. You can try stuff you want to do, and if it doesn't work, you find out immediately, and then, you know, you revise. And we stopped doing that a long time ago.
Yeah.
And we just got to where we were trying to make
This happens to so many good channels. College Humor, Cracked, Smosh. Absolutely, absolutely.
videos that we knew would do well.
Right.
What's your favorite car? Mine's like the classic Porsche 911. I'm simple. It's perfection. It's just perfection. I'm just too big to get into it.
Instead of making videos that we just wanted to do.
Yeah.
Pretty much what we've all come to expect from channels that get bought out, right? It's not just the car scene that's been corporatized. This happens off YouTube too. Cool startups get acquired by venture capital or private equity firms, and priorities at the channel change.
I love 9/11. Like, I
soldier,
fucking love 9/11.
subscriber.
9/11 is one of the best things that has ever fucking happened. I'm talking about the Porsche, of course. Thank you, Elmas Jules, for the gift sub. Thank you very much.
It becomes less about the creativity, the enjoyment of the subject matter.
Do not clip that. Do not clip that.
The relationship with the viewers, and it becomes more about the bottom line. Now, Zach used a word that a lot of you probably aren't familiar with. EBITDA. That's one of them fancy business terms, and Alex Martini
Unfortunately, I have.
he did a great job of breaking down what that is in his video on the whole saga. Here's the explanation.
There's been loads of riffraff on the internet of private equity companies buying things up and kind of just ruining shit. Come in, they put their dirty little dick beaters into things, that's kind of a weird phrase, and they just kind of mess things up, because what they want to do is they want to take a formula that's 1 + 1 = 2, and they want to turn it into 1 + 1 = 4, and they want to do that as fast as possible so that when they flip the company.
Thank you very much, USA Great Satin, for the gift sub, your 4th gift sub. Thank you for giving me another non-watching child soldier.
In 5 years, they can say that they made more money. Now, a lot of times when you buy a company, and most companies are going to get
EBITDA, more like beta. Okay, this stream has just been disgusting.
bought out for an EBITDA multiplier based on, well, how much money the company is making. Back in the past, you would see common aftermarket companies getting sold for anywhere between 5 to 8 times EBITDA, meaning that if you had $1 million after the fancy formula, these private equity companies would buy you for $7 to $8 million. They put it into a nice little package deal. They try to keep the executive team on for 2 years, and then after that 2-year period, most of the executives would leave. That private equity would put new executives in for the remaining 3 years, cut cost, cut lands, cut everything, cut employees, and then for the following, at the 5-year mark, they would go and sell the company.
Long story short, private equity snaps up.
It's a great example of why the profit motive does not only, quote unquote, encourage the creation of better services and products, but quite literally goes the other direction very often, where the private profit motive encourages the corporation to fire people, to make the product cheaper, to streamline it, therefore losing most of its soul, etc., etc.
Up what they hoped.
It's so black and white. It's again. It's I'm licking my fingers.
To be lucrative projects, leans them out as much as possible, swaps out the leadership, and a couple of years later,
and then inflated assets passing around the higher tiers of finance is a big part of why the economy is somehow both amazing and terrible at the same time, as books are inflated and low-level employees need to do shady shit to make the ends meet on paper, usually by screwing poors. Exactly, Alina. Thank you very much. Couldn't have put it better myself.
Try to flip the company for more money. Very rarely do these firms give a shit what they're buying. They see numbers on a spreadsheet. They see subscriber count, view count, conversion rate for sponsors, expenses. All these factors are shoved into an equation, and if there's a good chance they can flip the company for a profit, they add it to their portfolio, and they get to work ruining the project. That's very clearly what happened at Donut, and it's happened with many other startups across the media space in recent years. Now, this is where the analysis ends for pretty much all the videos about this story. There was a great creative project, private equity came in and messed things up because they wanted to make a quick buck. That is absolutely true, but I think it's important we consider the underlying structural conditions that allow this to happen. And I want to be very clear, I'm not trying to say any of these creators are being ignorant.
By the way, I just learned, literally recording the latest deprogram episode from JT, that I shouldn't all the time say systematic problem, because I should say systemic problem. Those two words do not mean the same thing, apparently. Sorry. Not my first language. So systemic, not systematic.
Or disingenuous, their analysis of the negative impact of private equity is absolutely correct. But as a socialist and a car enthusiast, I really want to get to the bottom of this. And
systematic is I clean, like, I have a systematic way of cleaning my fridge. You know, you take out the things, then you wash them, then you use a cloth to clean up, like systematic. You have a system which you use to do particular things. Systemic means it is caused by the system.
And maybe help explain why all the cool stuff in the world keeps getting destroyed. Of course, what I'm talking about here is the inherent logic of capitalism. Funnily enough, both Alex and Doug came very close to outright saying that capitalism is to blame. Though he never uses the word in his video, Alex has in his description a chapter labeled "The capitalism of the car industry is bad right now." And Doug uses the term "the means of production."
And so what happens to some of these...
Oh my God! The car tuber 2 comrade pipeline is crazy. Is Doug our guy? Is Doug / our guy / Let's fucking go. LFG on God. No cap. Let's go.
These creators they go on the donut medias and the car throttles and they build up a pretty big following. And if they're smart, they start to think to themselves, why am I collecting a paycheck and taking some of the revenue when potentially I could go and do this for myself and own the business?
Whoa, wait. We gotta play this the proper way, okay? Okay.
They go on the donut medias and the car throttles and they build up a pretty big following. And if they're smart, they start to think to themselves, why am I collecting a paycheck and taking some of the revenue when potentially I could go and do this for myself and own the business and take all of the revenue? And frankly, I don't get, when I look at this space, I don't get why more people don't do this. More people who are on established channels getting paid a salary don't just go out and create their own stuff and own the means of production themselves.
Now, I'm not saying these two...
LFG, Bray.
You guys are closet communists, though that would be cool. It's just common sense that if you want to have a better experience with your channel, both financially and creatively, it makes more sense to own
this made my month.
Or
this made my month.
At the very least, have a stake in the company and the right to have your...
I mean, it's like they literally have owned... Well, come on, Brayton, why do you have to stop right now? They only have their chains to lose. Now, what was the full quote? Oh, God.
Desires
I'm tired.
Considered when it comes to what video...
Working people of the world... You have only your BDSM to lose.
To make, for example. This is very basic socialist theory. Economic democracy. If you do the work of running a channel, you should own...
They have nothing to lose but their chains. Thank you so much. God fucking damn it, man. I'm a very stupid guy. I'm a very stupid guy. I'm a very stupid fucking guy, dude.
Own at least a portion of the company, and you should have a say in how the company is run. This clearly wasn't the case at Donut, as we heard from James earlier. The actual creators didn't own it, and they never would, despite being the personalities that carried the channel to success. Now, I won't pretend to...
They were both like the pros and the product itself, which is additional commodification of labor. It's crazy.
Know all the details about the buyout of Donut. I don't want to put words in anyone's mouth. But if I were James or Zach or Jeremiah, I would be pretty pissed with the fact that the channel I helped build, that I poured years of my life and countless hours of blood, sweat, and tears into, from all of that, all the thanks I get is having my video ideas shot down by the new owners and not receiving any financial gain from the sale. That's a slap in the face. And that's what kills any desire to stay on at a company. When you're disrespected to that degree simply because, hey, we're running a business.
Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. Sing it with me. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I bring a knife to company time. Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit. I wasn't gonna say shit.
Here, you know it's time to get out. So I'm not at all surprised that the talent is leaving.
Boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I watch Yugopnik on company time. Thank you very much, Ronko, for the 100 bits. How many tanky car YouTubers will it take to get full communism according to Yugopnik theory? At least 6.
Leaving Donut. I would too. And for anyone rolling their eyes and saying not everything has to be about capitalism, it kinda does. When you live under a particular economic system, that system forms the base of all the relationships that are built on top of it. The relationship between owner and employee being the relevant one here. It's not something that needs to actively insert itself, it's just how the system works. The primary driver of capitalism is the profit motive. The desire for ever-increasing profit, year over year, infinite accumulation on a planet with finite resources. That profit motive informs the decisions of companies that operate within the capitalist system. When profit is the driving factor, you lose out on things like long-term planning, creativity, employee well-being, even things like taking risks to try something new.
Again, my favorite commenter. So Hank, if Playboy Cardi drops all red on September 13th, I am firebombing the DOJ. Hank, why you gotta get the FBI on my stream, dude?
All the donut creators mentioned in their videos. The goal of finance capital, as everyone knows, is to acquire properties that will turn a profit as quickly as possible, and then dump them, and then move on to the next vehicle for capital. It's really sad and disheartening to see it happen again and again to projects that we care about. Donut was awesome back when it was a project informed by the passion and enthusiasm of the team. I think it speaks to the post-buyout quality of the company that people are jumping ship, and it seems not on great terms. So all that negativity about capitalism aside, I am so happy for Big Time, for Speed, and for whatever new independent projects will spin off from Donut, Hoonigan, Car Throttle, or wherever else. The car scene isn't going anywhere, and the barrier to entry for new channels is very low. As long as we have people who genuinely care about the content they're creating, automotive YouTube will continue to thrive. And personally, I can't wait to see what comes next. I think we're finally starting to reach a point where the average person has a negative opinion of these private equity firms. The story always ends the same way. Hopefully Donut will serve as a reminder that if you don't own the means of production, if you don't have full creative control over your channel, you can have the project you built ripped out from under you. The democratization of video production has been such a boon to the car scene. Anyone can pick up a decent camera and give it a shot. And who knows, maybe I'll get around to doing it one day. But until then, best of luck to everyone at Speed and Big Time. Thank you to Alex and Doug for those clips. Thank you for watching, dear viewer, and I'll see you in the next one.
And thank you, JT from Second Thought. Go subscribe to his side channel, JT Chapman. Subscribe to my boss, LFG. Very nice. Very nice, very good, very nice. I'm king of the castle, king of the castle. Burgir.
Well, howdy, everybody.
Words, ADHD going off the charts. Woo, 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 woo. I hope to see Grace Bakley on the program soon. She wrote a whole book about this too. Oh, that's cool. I'll check it out. JT looks like woke Zuckerberg. What? Wonder if the deprogram guys have the same FBI guy monitoring them, or they each got their own. I think JT has a whole team because he's so huge, and me and Hakeem just got a guy. We just got a guy. I was unironically like semi-afraid when I was entering the U.S. if they're gonna let me enter the U.S. like a couple of months ago. Legendary. Okay, we're moving on to the next video. The next video is about a guy who makes really, really bad cars. But before we go, Elon Musk, obviously. But before we go there, we have a 3-minute, 50-second video from a dear friend of the show, Big Joel, on his channel, Little Joel. And he has a very interesting argument here. Why do conservatives love AI art? I do not know the answer to that, but I know why Twitch streamers hate ads. It's because it distances them from their community. And not only that, but pushes their community into further commodification of the mind by letting them think that they need to consume more in order to be happy. But I can tell you, while that is true, I don't want you to consume ads. I want you to only consume my content, okay? My content, my shit, my stuff, not that stuff, my stuff. And for $6 a month or for free through Prime, you can consume my stuff, not that stuff, like the ads they're going to play in exactly 1 minute. So do consider becoming a subscriber or giving it to somebody less privileged than you and watch my stuff, not that stuff. Thank you. Thank you for even considering it for a second. Thank you very much. My stuff! Okay, Little Joel, why do conservatives love AI art?
So obviously I'm not the first person to observe the basic reality that AI art is, lightly conservative Christian baby boomer code.
It's not lightly. What was it? Minion on a cross. Do you know this? They crucified the minions.
Minions.
What?
This may sound a little crazy, but you need to hear this about a minion. There was this animator that was messing around when all of a sudden he created a minion who died on the cross, and you...
If you are jumping away from this video, then what are you doing? There was this animator, right, and he was messing around one day.
You may think I'm stupid for making this video, but I don't really care. Because you see above me is a picture of, a minion dying on the cross.
You might think I'm stupid for making this video, but I don't care. Someone thought it would be so funny to put a minion on a cross like he died for your sins. But can I just say that this minion did not...
Thank you very much, Xi Jinping, for your donation. Thank you very much. We all salute. Thank you very much for the sub.
With this image above me, a minion imitating the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Look, let me tell you something. What Jesus Christ went through on that cross is...
They're all the same.
If you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing?
I went down this pipeline the other day.
There was this animator that was playing around one day when he decided to create a minion who died on the cross.
It keeps going.
If you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing? You see an animator depicted a minion dying on the cross. I mean, complete with a crown of thorns and nails in his hands. Let's be clear.
So there was this animator, right? And he was messing around one day when he suddenly created a minion who died on the cross. And you can...
If you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing?
You need to see this. Have you heard the story behind this picture?
If you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing? Look.
If you scroll away from this video, then what
for a second, I thought that even the creators might be AI generated, but they're not. They're not.
Look. Stop scrolling. Listen, I want you to watch this video because this video...
You may think I'm silly for making this video, but I really...
If you scroll away from this...
I might get a lot of hate for this.
Sorry, chat, that I gave you permanent brain rot, okay? But there you go. Okay, so why do conservatives love AI art?
Facebook is, of course, a site that's more used right now by older people. I mean, you look at the AI slot there, it's all...
I mean, yeah, did you see they put a minion on a cross? I might be stupid for making a whole video about this, but, somebody put a minion on a cross.
Like, Christian stuff and, like, American related materials. I'm not trying to say that liking AI art makes you a conservative boomer, but I do think that there is some correlation there, right? I think that much is obvious. But recently I saw something that really took that to the next level and kind of made me think more critically about this social pattern. Donald Trump posted an AI image of Kamala Harris being a communist. It's a really ugly image too. The way the flags emerge from the crowd look really bad and sporadic. The faces of the audience look bad. Even the communist flag being off-center in the way it is, I don't know, it just doesn't, it's not very great looking in my view. It's really...
Please, can you say, if you scroll away from this video, what are you doing? In full screen? I'll do on TikTok, okay. Wait, well, one second. If you scroll away from this video, then what are you doing? There you go. Ruined my career, thank you.
Weird that he posted this, right? This is probably one of the first bits of AI-generated presidential political propaganda, and it's kind of a landmark moment. That's odd, especially when you consider the fact that Kamala Harris could never post an image like this to 606,000 likes and a lot of people thinking it's cool and fun. If she posted Donald Trump AI'd as Adolf Hitler, I think that most liberals would A, find it, I don't know, a bit tasteless, and B, just cringe. Like, people would be embarrassed that she did that. But less so among Twitter's conservative users. So what's going on? Donald Trump is running a campaign worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He could easily create a poster depicting Kamala Harris as a communist. Like, that's well within the budget of a presidential campaign. Why is he finding AI images online and putting them on his Twitter account? And I think the answer must be that the affinity that older conservative boomers have for AI, it goes past the ease of use. It's not merely that AI images are easier to generate. I think there's a genuine sense of aesthetic connection between this population and AI-generated imagery. But what that aesthetic connection is, I don't really know. Maybe older people just find this technology more interesting than young people do. You know, there's a common conception in culture that young people are always the first to embrace new technology, and I kind of enjoy that this is bucking that trend. The older people are, in this case, the first people, you know, down at the slop house waiting for their plate of slop. This is their thing. Maybe it's that it expresses a certain...
Oh, hello, dear Raiders from Sean the Black. Everybody go follow our dear comrade, Sean the Black. I hope you had a lovely stream, my friend. Welcome to the community, brothers. If anybody was ever thinking about potentially donating a sub, well, now you can expand our community by gifting it to our lovely friends from over at Sean the Black. Welcome.
Willkommen, idiot for doing this DTS, but this animator was messing around all herky-dirk and put a minion on a cross.
But did you? But I might sound funny here, but do not scroll away. Did you see that they put a minion on a cross?
Kind of cynicism or apathy. Donald Trump doesn't need to work to create a communist Kamala. He doesn't need to put effort into it. He doesn't need to think it through. It's art that emerges through the logic of a tweet. It's art that doesn't give a fuck, which is something that I think Donald Trump and a lot of people would find very appealing. Maybe they just like the way it looks, you know? Maybe they're just in the AI art fandom. It's not, I guess, impossible. This is a new genre of art. It's a genre of art that many people would find very ugly, but maybe they're part of a new outsider artist community who just think it fucking looks cool. I don't know. I actually find it...
It is pretty interesting. But okay. I hope for more hot takes here. More hotty takes. I wanted to burn myself, okay? Moving on to, a man we can thank for the eternal expansion of AI art into... into the political limelight, which is, well, you know, fucking Elon Musk overtaking Twitter and then introducing it through the big door and kind of very actively supporting the use of AI-generated imagery to kind of cast aspersions against certain political movements or candidates, etc. So let's talk about our favorite fail son, the fail son who only fails upwards. By the way, chat, I don't know if you know, but Twitter has recently seen a 25% decrease in all of their advertisers' wanting to continue advertising on the platform. This is the biggest decrease of direct financial support by advertisers on any platform in all time, at least since social media has existed. So whenever you know are wondering, oh, I can't pay for my rent or I can't buy groceries, just remember that the world's greatest failed son and one of the richest people on the planet is continuously bankrupting anything he fucking touches, yet he remains on top. So the argument that hard work leads to great and incredible prosperity and that is the only thing you need is obviously something you should pull out your pee on and piss all over. So, yeah, Elon Musk is trying to rig the elections. Let's see why. From Ethan is online. I believe Ethan is truly online. Thank you. Please, mods, put this as pin the video. Thank you kindly.
It is a fact about the United States of America that billionaires love getting their greedy, grubby little hands all over our national elections. This just in. Breaking news, Fox News alert. The wealthiest business owners of America have historically influenced our elections and our
I think Ethan would look really good with a beard. Ethan would look really, really good with a beard. I don't know if he seems like he can grow one. I see a bit of a buzz. Ethan, if you're watching this, beard now. I want beard on that pretty face, okay?
Politics in general, consistently to the fatal detriment of the working class. Elon Musk might try really hard to seem like a regular guy, but
they use they them pronouns. I apologize. They them.
He's still so rich it will for sure send him to hell. That's not even counting any of the things he's actually done. Just being that rich, God doesn't want you. Jesus said that, and I'm not even joking. Elon Musk, the world's favorite failure, has officially started a political super PAC exclusively to bankroll the Trump 2024 re-election campaign.
What I have done is I have created a PAC or super PAC, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Which
This fucking sick interview. Oh my God. After this interview, Jordan Peterson proceeded to fillet Elon Musk for hours upon hours. Why hours upon hours? Does Elon Musk actually have an incredible proclivity towards sex? No, he just couldn't get hard.
I simply call it the America PAC.
This follows a pattern of more and more Silicon Valley billionaires and big tech interests falling in line with
Remember when we thought that Silicon Valley billionaires were going to save us all because of their progressive politics and their futuristic viewpoint on what the world is supposed to look like. Plot twist, that was never really the case. They were all fucking neocons that just want to become billionaires and then offshoot like Peter Thiel into the fucking military industrial complex and then be buddy with the DOJ and the State Department and make fucking AI managed drones or surveillance systems so that the system can fully continue to expand. And then they started funding insane reactionary senators and even the Donald Trump campaign. You remember when that is happening right now, but we thought that they were going to be incredible saviors because Elon Musk made the electric car.
Donald Trump and supporting
Remember that? Yeah, I don't either.
Him for 2020
because we all have brains here in chat, okay?
24 doesn't seem good to me. But as far as Elon goes, we've had some, funny election misinformation from his stupid AI chatbot, a disorganized phone sex call that for some reason we were all allowed to listen to.
Congratulations, because I see you broke every record in the book with so many millions of people, and it's an honor. We view that as an honor. And then you do want silencing of certain voices.
And consistent suppression of information Elon finds politically inconvenient. He's doing the most he can to make sure that Trump returns to the White House in January, which for a billionaire can have serious consequences. Why would you, as an electric car manufacturer, want to elect the candidate that might hurt your business? Well, $5.5 trillion in tax cuts. That's why. Someone wasted a lot of money to be the admin and most addicted user of the...
It's like maybe like when you're on top of industry and one of the wealthiest and most powerful people on the planet, you have your fingers in so many pots that you will always see profit growth no matter what direct policies a particular candidate has. especially in the imperial core known as the US. Oh my God, am I a communist? What are these fucking arguments?
The worst website in the world. Someone did that. In fact, just recently, the Washington Post released an analysis of Twitter's fidelity reports and the 8 largest investors in the company and just how much they've lost. Hundreds and hundreds.
But no, they fell upwards because that's how capital works. It accumulates based on how much other capital you have accumulated, and it accumulates faster no matter how much you fuck up, okay?
It's of millions of dollars.
It's you know, the guys that got those checks and they were like, yo, dude, it's an infinite money glitch. If you go to an ATM and put it in, it just, you know, and they basically did check fraud, but they were like, oh my God, it's an infinite money glitch. Well, it exists. It's just called having more than $1 billion. It will always grow, dude.
Gone for the everything app. So needless,
like, not even Elon Musk is such a fucking idiot that he can catch up with how much his capital is gaining with his active losses.
to say that tax
it's like
cut,
a casino, but you never lose because you're also the casino.
Probably sounds pretty great to someone like Elon Musk who can just make money, I don't know, vanish.
You know, as the boomers say, you know, too big to fail.
Gone. Everything app. But it also probably appeals to any big tech CEO that's run their company at a loss for the past 10 years to undercut competition and maintain monopolies. They're probably going to like the idea of $5.5 trillion in free money. I think they'd want it regardless, but they're desperate for it. And Elon is a great example. So if you don't know, a PAC is a political action committee. It's an organization that works to lobby the government for a specific interest. And there are a lot of different PACs for different purposes. But a super PAC is a PAC that's allowed to be open.
It's a legal bribery committee, okay?
Run by corporations and are also allowed to donate unlimited amounts of money to political candidates. Everyone else has to play by, you know, election rules. Super PACs get a pass. Elon Musk's super PAC is called America PAC, which I keep shortening in my head to AmeriPAC, which is a different PAC. America PAC was founded shortly after the Washington Post reported insider information that Elon Musk was planning to donate around $45 million a month to the Trump campaign. This would have been among the largest individual donations across the political aisle this election. And before you know it, Elon said, no, actually, I'm not doing that. I'm doing something else. And while Musk's name is nowhere directly on the super PAC, he has claimed to have created it and is apparently funding it with lower level donations. Only he knows what any of that fucking shit means. America PAC seems to be bankrolling a lot of different aspects of the Trump campaign, but it seems to be mainly focused on campaign events, advertisement, and canvassing. The super PAC itself is being funded by...
America got rid of illegal corruption by legalizing corruption. Exactly, brother. That's why the Balkans is so fucking beautiful, because corruption is also available to even the poorest of working class people, because even our corrupt cops and politicians are also poor. So, you know, you can afford to pay your way through a line in a hospital and shit.
Venture capital, big tech, as well as capitalist billionaire entrepreneurs like...
Corruption for everybody. True democracy, my brothers. True Balkanic democracy. Come migrate to Serbia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Macedonia. Welcome, brothers.
Winklevoss twins and
communism through corporate corruption. Let's go.
Gracias. And millionaire entrepreneurs like Joe Lonsdale. America PAC is also seemingly being run by ex-Ron DeSantis campaign aides, which is a really funny reminder that Elon Musk initially supported Ron DeSantis for president. I just want everyone to make that clear. Elon Musk thought Ron DeSantis would be a good president, would be electable. They should have nominated him. They should have done it. It would have been so funny. So far, it seems like America PAC has spent $44.8 million in total. $11.9 million against Harris, $8.8 million against Biden, and $24 million for Trump, according to Open Secrets. The America PAC website is bare bones, so not a lot of information there, but there is an America PAC.
Speaking of super PACs, here at Support Your Local Twitch Streamer Super PAC, we encourage to political advocacy by all chat members towards giving $6 a month or nothing through Prime to your elected Twitch streamer. And if you don't, we will do horrible things to you. We will make you watch ads. Yeah, that's the horrible thing, which is pretty bad. So the ad will play in 3 minutes and 50 seconds. You either support our great American super PAC for Twitch streamers, or you watch ads, which, again, horrible. The choice is yours. The ad will play in 3 minutes.
YouTube channel, which is not the same YouTube channel that the website links to, but the channel I found has multiple videos, including multiple versions of the same video. Who did they hire to run any of this? So let's take a look at where this money is actually going. What do the ads look like? If the website looks like...
Called Yugopnik. Let's fucking go.
Like this. What else are they doing?
Gunshots heard ringing out.
What happened?
Then the former president dropping to the ground. More bangs are heard, mixed with screams from the crowd. Moments later, you see Secret Service.
my face when the former president gets shot at by a radicalized right-wing teenager. Man. What do you mean, what can you do? Nothing, idiot. Also, if I was undecided on voting and someone sent me that video, that wouldn't convince me. What is this? This doesn't mean anything. This is out of control. They had it under control. Also, since when is the Republican Party the guys that are just like, oh, vote it away? What?
Remember when everybody cared about that for like 12 seconds and somehow the Dems like did the greatest reverse Uno card of all time by just nominating Kamala Kopala, and then it all went to shit.
How would vote?
The Republicans are so fucking stupid. They can't even properly use an assassination attempt to get their president elected. It's mwah, chef's kiss.
Do anything here. This is what Democrats say because they're losers. Just vote. Don't complain. Who cares who shot who? Who cares why? I feel bad for the former president and I want him to be happy. That's why I'm voting. The only other video America PAC has is just a video of Trump yelling at you.
Absentee voting, early voting, and election day voting are all good options. Republicans must make a plan, register, and vote. We've got to elect Republicans, and we're going to do it. We're going to have the greatest victory in the history of our country. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I don't know what that nasty yellow tie is, but it's cursed, and he shouldn't wear it. Absentee voting is voting by mail. I thought he didn't like any of that stuff. What the hell? That's how elections get stolen. We know this. So those are the ads that they have run on YouTube to not seemingly a lot of success.
First time on Twitch, are you live? I am a boomer. Yes, Dabu. I am live. You are not imagining this. Haha. So tell me how many fingers to hold up so that you know this isn't AI generated.
It's just an attempt to get people specifically in battleground states to register.
But Dabu, do you know that somebody painted a minion on a cross?
To vote and vote for Donald Trump. But America PAC also financed a blitz of ads on Facebook. And these ads would take you to a different version of the America PAC website that now doesn't exist anymore. That's why the website looks like that now, because originally you would register to vote on the website. But according to CNBC reporting and testing, depending on what zip code you entered and whether or not you were in a battleground state, the website would...
Thank you very much, Sketchy, for the 6-month sub, you fucking G. Thank you very much.
Give you different forms. If you weren't in a battleground state, it would direct you to your state's vote.
That was very sketchy of you.
Registration form. But if you were in a battleground state, they presented this form that says start here. Will direct you to the right place to register to vote in your state. Now this is sneaky because this isn't a voter registration form. It might say at the top in really big letters, voter registration, but this is actually the first step before they help you. Except they never followed up on that step and instead stole the information that people entered. And this was part of a massive ad campaign directly in the wake of the Trump shooting. So yeah, I think that's like super illegal. I'm not a lawyer, but I think that's super illegal. I don't think you can have a web page that says voter registration in giant text that isn't a voter registration page and then not help people register to vote. America PAC paid for $900,000 worth of these ads, mostly in battleground states. In March of 2024, the Federal Election Commission passed a decision allowing super PACs and campaigns to coordinate ground operations, allowing super PACs to openly share data with the presidential campaign. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. But yeah,
remember, Chad, the only true democracy, the only true electoral democracy in the world. Yeah, brother.
And they don't have those ads anymore currently, and they scrubbed the webpage, so I'm sure it's fine. It's fine. No one will notice. Facebook ads aren't the only way America PAC was trying to collect people's data. They also launched on-the-ground canvassing operations, which is another way of manually data harvesting. But unfortunately for the Trump campaign and for America PAC, their canvassing operations haven't exactly gone according to plan. They hired a vendor called Infield Strategies to help them with on-the-ground efforts and spent $15 million by the time they decided to abruptly cut ties, literally stranding campaign staff across the country. And that's hilarious. I mean, that's just funny. If you're volunteering on the ground, door knocking for Donald Trump, you kind of deserve that. You should think about what you're doing. God is mad at you. And so it seems that America PAC wants to restructure their canvassing operations.
What do you mean? God is Trump, brother. God is Trump. What do you mean, brother? God is Trump, brother.
Internally, even though they already hired somebody to help them and spent $15 million on that. But I can't help to understand the multi-dimensional machinations of the world's smartest business genius. He's too smart for any of what he does or says to make sense or happen ever. I personally think the entire purpose of America PAC is Elon Musk angling for a cabinet position in the potential...
Yes, he's literally paying for a cabinet position. That's the whole fucking thing. Elon Musk's ability to stay in one job is, well, minus 5%.
Trump administration. And Trump is...
And he's like, man, can I pay my way into an actual government position? Like, just lobbying is kind of boring, and the government constantly giving me money as I talk shit about so-called welfare queens and immigrants on the ground. Kind of boring. I would prefer to give myself the government's money. So here's $500 million. Could I please do that? Thank you very much.
Pretty open to the idea. After picking JD Vance, I guess he has to go with literally anyone he can get to get people excited about his campaign again. Even a guy who was polling at 2.8%.
You weren't ever on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, were you?
he saw Nancy Pelosi and he's like, using political power to know more about stocks and the direction they're going into is decent, but what if I am both a majority stock owner in massive corporations and a politician at the same time? That shouldn't be a conflict of interest in absolutely any way at all.
I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet 2 times.
Get him on board. Let's see what happens. It reeks of desperation. And that kind of desperation, combined with the kind of power Elon Musk already has and the kind of power Trump is seeking, is a recipe for disaster. Allying with Elon Musk will certainly not help Trump's uphill battle on how visibly anti-union he is. This is the guy that literally laughed alongside Elon Musk about firing striking staff en masse.
You're the greatest cutter. I mean, I look at what you do. You walk in and you just say, you want to quit? They go on strike. I won't mention the name of the company, but they go on strike and you say, that's okay, you're all gone. I want to close up the
demons, man.
Department of Education.
I fired so many people will not be able to afford to pay their mortgage, you know.
This is part of the reason J.D. Vance is getting booed for saying they're pro-union.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Well, President Trump and I are proud to be the most pro-worker Republican ticket in history, and I want to talk about why we're fighting for working people, why we're going to fight for unions and non-union alike. Now, our
Elon Musk having
we will fight for. We're very pro-union, but we'll also support the ones that cross the picket fence. It's same energy as the Kamala one. People dying in Palestine, bad, but the U.S. will have the most lethal fighting force in history. And also, I will always defend Israel's right to do the genocide that I just said I kind of don't want to happen. Why, politician? Why you all be same? Why you all be same? Is it because a system problem? No. It's because one candidate is more likable than the other. I am a liberal.
Any institutional oversight is bad, demonstrably. He's irrational, vindictive, and a little stupid. He's a lot like Trump.
We support unionizing corporations against the workers. Ha! I'm speaking. I literally can't own bank stocks because my dad works for a bank regulator. But if he sat on the Senate Banking Committee, both him and myself could trade them. That is a system that is somehow supposed to be working. Great. Incredible.
In a lot of ways, especially in the way that he'll bend the rules, even of American election law, to the absolute maximum extent in order to get ahead. And I hope Democrats are prepared for more electioneering tactics and election subversion. I don't know what they're going to do about it. Probably nothing. I hope one day something is done about this horrible system that I hate. Billionaires have an outsized influence on our elections, and Donald Trump is providing as much incentive as he can to tip the scales in his favor. There's not really a floor to how corrupt these people are. They're all doing this out in the open. But with that corruption, thankfully for me, comes incompetence, at least in the case of Elon Musk. And here's hoping he abandons at least a few more campaign staff in random small towns across the country before the campaign is over. Thank you for your service. That's a real patriot. I also think Trump sees this incompetence. He has to. But I personally think the margin for error in this election is a lot more.
No, he doesn't, my friend. I am rich man. This is other rich man. You must be based as me, yeah.
Or narrow than before.
These people think like fucking tribal gorillas, dude. Like it's you know, we joke about it here on stream all the time. And the only people with class consciousness in America are capitalists, and they're class conscious of being capitalists, and not only entertained but are fully dedicated to keeping their particular class on top. Okay.
And Trump is willing to accept just about anybody who likes him and has something to offer. It's dangerous, and this does not stop with Elon Musk. According to a recent report by ProPublica, Ziklag, a Christian charity organization listed as a nonprofit 501c3 that is mostly funded by conservative Christian billionaires, is now pouring money into battleground states like Arizona, and even aiming to use AI programs to systematically challenge voter eligibility in order to purge voter rolls, all for the explicit purpose of advancing Christian.
Every single technological advancement that we get that could help millions of workers alleviating their actual struggle at work. No. We will use it to further rig the system and continue the way it always has been.
Nationalism.
Of course, the mass was in what? Call me crazy. I think Trump hates Musk. He might be jealous. He might be a bit jealous. He might be a tiny little bit jealous. Elon and Trump are both great at falling upwards. They're the kings, the fail son gods and overlords. All fail sons of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your basic human decency. They should build statues in every single basement dweller's habitat, okay?
The only way they can.
Ziklag
The news outlets ProPublica and Documented obtained thousands of Ziklag's
Why the mask? I prefer being anonymous. Thank you very much, my friend.
internal files and found the group has divided its 2024 activities into 3 different operations.
Nothing to lose but your father's respect.
Steeplechase, which uses churches to get out the vote, and Watchtower, which aims to rally voters around opposition to transgender rights. The third operation, called Checkmate, focused on funding so-called election integrity groups. ProPublica reports Ziklag's mission is to take dominion over 7 spheres of public life, which it calls mountains: business, science and technology, family, arts and media, church, education, and government.
And the more Trump aligns himself with billionaire donors that demonstrabably refute democracy in favor of trickle-down institutional Christianity, just force all American institutions to abide by white nationalist Christian values, profit. Everyone will be Christian and racist, and then it'll be fine. The more Trump exposes his campaign as the desperate, power-hungry, and anti-working class sham that it is. Whether or not voters will actually see him for what he is, I guess we'll have to see. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you like this video, please click the like button, and if you want to see more, go ahead and hit subscribe. Send this video to a friend if they don't know anything about Elon Musk or America. And thank you again for watching. It means a lot. I'll see you in another video. Bye.
Jesus, what is happening with my MacBook? God fucking damn it. Okay. Go and subscribe to Ethan is Online. The link is pinned. Thank you very much for the decent video as always from dear friend of the show, Ethan is Online. And with that, I believe my beautiful chatters, my great child soldiers of the future Gunnar army of Jezreel, we might be coming to a close. This has been an absolute This has been an absolute pleasure as always. Today was really fun. I will be coming back to you either on Monday or on Tuesday because tomorrow is why doesn't the chat move? There you go. Move. Yes. Very nice. Thank you to everybody who joined me on this beautiful Saturday. I hope you genuinely have a fulfilling weekend. Those of you who are not working and those of you who are, remember, I make $1. I make a dime. The boss makes $1. I make a dime, the boss makes $1, and that's why I watch. No, that's not how it went. Jesus Christ, I'm embarrassing myself right now. I make a dime, the boss makes $1, that's why I shit on company time. That's not how it goes. God fucking damn it. Yeah, but everybody enjoy. Thank you very much, especially to all the subscribers without whom this channel will not be able to run. Thank you to everybody who clicked the follow button. It literally costs you nothing. Click it now if you have not done so up until now. What am I going to do now? I'm going to go and drink 10 beers. I'm going to drink 10 beers and eat spaghetti. The woman made me great spaghetti, okay? Made me spaghetti. I'm going to eat the gabagoo. Thank you to my fucking mods. Without, again, I fucking love you so much. None of this would be possible. Again, hit up my mods if you want to mod for me, or if you want to edit for the highlights channel over on YouTube. Yugopnik live over on YouTube. Everybody go give a subscribe. That's where you get my shit if you ever miss the streams. I will see you on Monday or Tuesday. It's been an absolute fucking pleasure. Thanks again to all the subscribers. Join the Discord channel. It's 4,000 strong. It's free for everybody. !Discord, and you can join it. Now, who should we raid is the question of the day. Nobody's online. Hassan is not even online fully yet, so I'm not going to raid him. Let's raid. Oh no, actually, Struggle is online. Let's raid Struggle, a dear friend of the show. Everybody, go say hi. You know what to post. The child soldier army of YugopnikTwitch is strong. Okay, baby. Okay, baby. See you on Monday or Tuesday. Follow me on Instagram, Yugopnik. Follow me on Twitter if you're not. And yeah. See you the next time, baby. See you next time. Bye-bye.